What's up, guys? Finally and forever, we're here. My name's Tyler,
I'm Sean.
and we are from Rendered Reality. We are back. We're sorry about the hiatus here for a little bit. It's been a crazy thing going on for us.
Month
Yeah, not even just
for a
for me,
while.
but Sean too. It's been. I mean, I know Sean. You can see. I mean, behind him right now, what he's got going on. Now, he literally just got his internet up and working.
I'm not even unpacked yet, so I mean that's all my VR stuff. And we were painting yesterday. I still got paint cans back there. I put some lights on them to add a little bit of a dramatic effect. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
feel
been kind of
bad.
crazy.
I was kind of rushing him to do a show this weekend, and I knew it was going to be impossible. I mean, he was doing everything from yard work today to painting to moving furniture to unloading. Yeah, so
Yep. So if you're new, we just bought a new house. We just sold our old house and bought a new house this weekend, literally. So
yep.
we've just literally started moving in, unpacking everything. We wanted to do some repainting and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a little crazy. And I had to
Yeah, it
mow the
has.
yard today. It was getting like 18 feet tall, and it's a really big yard, so it takes a long time.
Yeah, sadly, I do know about the whole big yard thing already. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a lot of work. But beside that, we have a lot of cool things that have happened inside of that since we have been gone.
yeah,
We both got our indexes. Sean got
yep.
his while he was here on our last show.
Yeah, so I was
Um,
at Tyler's house in Ohio when mine showed up, and luckily, I got at the last house. I had a really cool neighbor that
yeah,
actually went to my house and got it for me. So that was awesome, and
yeah,
even
that
opened
is.
the box and sent me a picture of it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Except it made me even more jealous because I got to see it. Because
Yeah,
I was on I guess it was the second wave, which I probably could have ended up getting. But Steve from Conquer Reality, which I know is in chat, he actually ended up with two of them kind of by accident. So I bought his off of him to kind of, help him out because no one wants it on two. But I even tried to tell him to sell it because, man, did you see what they were going for on eBay?
I mean,
Like,
the last I looked, it was like
oh my God.
2,500 bucks or something like that for the full kit. That's the
L-
last I looked. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's changed
like
or
the day people were getting them, they were selling them on there. I think some sold for like 2,500 bucks, something like that.
yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy. But what do you think? Is it worth it? Is it worth a
Um,
thousand, the 2,500? What do you think?
it's hard for me to say because we were at your house the weekend before we closed. I think it was right. Yeah, the weekend before we
Yes.
were moving.
Yep.
And so I got back, we left Monday. So I got back Monday evening. I really only got to play it for probably a couple hours between 2 days because of having to have everything packed to
Sure.
move. We got a pod and everything and had to have that all packed up. So I played for a couple days and I really liked it so far. I mean, the one I do have some issues with the controllers that a lot of people have.
Sure.
I like the finger tracking. The finger tracking to me was awesome. The field of view increase was very nice, especially the vertical field of view, which I wasn't really expecting that. The vertical field of view to me seems huge,
Yeah.
as well as an increase in the horizontal. It does have the glare issues, a little bit. I mean,
Sure.
some people notice it more than others. You notice it in some things more than others.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
surprised. At first, I thought it was going to be bad. I saw one thing that was all
yeah,
black, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. But I was even playing some sim racing and stuff when we played on Friday night with everybody on the Discord. And man, I mean, I didn't notice it at all, and I was surprised because I was in a
right.
dark like cockpit and everything.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's
I haven't tried it in a sim yet. I think the most time I actually spent in it was before a couple days before I had everything packed up. Me and you played contractors for a while,
yep,
and that was before you had yours, I think.
it was
But
yes,
I played, and that contractors plays really well in the
yeah,
index. I mean, it has the finger tracking, like the finger animations and
yep.
everything. And I mean, it worked really well. The only problem is I don't have a gun stock, which there is one on the way. I have one on the way for the
Yep.
index, but I was really missing that gun stock with the
Yeah, that's
index.
right.
So
We do. Those are coming. I haven't looked. When are those?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't even know. We should have those soon, I hope. But
I had to update all my shipping information
I
because it
know.
actually was getting shipped to the old house. So hopefully that won't cause any
I hope so
issues.
too.
But yeah.
I'll have it
So,
first. Whatever.
so I really haven't even talked to you about what you thought about the index really much because I mean you got yours and I've just been so great busy packing. We've barely talked. So
So definitely sound is incredible.
oh yeah, I didn't even
I
talk
mean,
about
the
that.
sound is just
Oh man.
killer. I mean, it's unbelievable.
What about the racing sims? What did you think of the sound in the racing sims? How
Everything
was
is
that?
perfect. There,
Yeah.
everything is perfect. Everything sounds better. Gunshots sound better. Engine
Mhm.
exhaust sounds better. Everything just sounds crisper. And I don't even, it doesn't even really bother me having headphones on or off. That's not even for me. It's just sound quality is just on point.
I loved the gunshots and the sounds in Contractors. That sound to me, I mean, that's where the Rift S just completely falls short, you know, is they didn't, I mean, audio is, to me, is such a huge part of a good VR experience. And the index audio is simply amazing. And I like the fact that it's not on my ear, because for me, it just makes me not get as hot. It makes me feel a little bit less claustrophobic, because like when you have something strapped on your face, it's on the back of your head, it's over your ears, like
might as well have a helmet
just
on.
A lot. Yeah. I mean, so to me, it just, it helps me feel, I don't know, more in a different area, you know, in a different world, instead of being in the room that I'm in. And so, yeah, I don't know.
So the one thing that, which I don't want to call it a dislike, but with the index. So what happened was the first game I went into is, because it's my easily comparable game, is Contractors. Went into my first game, and I thought something was wrong, but I noticed every single LOD, which is like a draw distance for objects in the VR games and stuff, and Unreal and Unity. And I noticed them in Contractors where I never did before. But because of the higher resolution, I started seeing things being drawn in at different distances that I never noticed on the CV1. So at first I thought something was a little off, but it really wasn't. It was actually, you know, just in the game and stuff.
Well, it really seems like you can see farther, you know what I mean? Like the objects that are farther away are a lot clearer than what they used to be in the CV1, which for a game that's a first-person shooter, you know what I mean, that makes a big difference. So.
Conrad sub, appreciate it, man. But
thank you.
But honestly, it's a great headset. I think it's worth it. I do. Again, you're buying, you know, a premium headset, but man, is it nice. It really is.
So what about your thumbsticks? Do yours click properly like everybody's having the issue with?
They don't. But actually, you know, I don't notice it as much as I thought. Like, that's the first thing I tried when I picked them up to check them, because I heard of some guys getting them and they were okay, you know, not having the issue. But mine do, but honestly in game, I don't think I notice it. Once I'm playing, I don't know.
I think it depends. See, the nice thing,
it does.
And what I've played the most of is Contractors. So the nice thing with Contractors is that you have an option to sprint without having to click. You know what I mean? Sure. So you can use just full forward as sprint, or not push the stick as far forward and walk slower. And so, I mean, I don't know how it'll be. I haven't played a game yet that I had to click to run. So I don't know how that's going to be, because mine would still kind of, like, it seemed like it wasn't perfect. Like, even though it doesn't click and you could still get it to register as a click, it didn't seem like it was always on. And it seemed like sometimes you had to push really hard to get it to register.
I guess I can say I did notice that. I did. Maybe I just got accustomed to it. I don't know. But yeah, I know. I do get it.
Yeah. So I don't know. But as long as the games play, or as long as the games give you an option like Contractors where you can just not have to click to sprint and stuff like that, then that'll be a great thing. I really do think that it was a oversight on Valve's part, though, and the fact that the way they've responded with things and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's
it is. I mean, it's something happened in manufacturing or something that they didn't catch. But yeah, I mean, I guess it happens. It sucks though, because, you know, everyone first wave, those are your big people who are going to review it and put out the most information to people. So that's a hard thing. I mean, that's hard. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're going to end up doing about it. That's the thing that I'm really curious about. Like, I know right now it doesn't seem like they're really going to do much about it, but is that going to stay that way as more people? So, I mean, I've honestly thought about opening up a support ticket for my controllers just to see what they say exactly, and if they, you know, change their mind down the road. Like, I don't know, but I haven't yet, because obviously I've been a little sidetracked with moving and everything else. So I don't know. It is a disappointment to me to spend that much money and not have it. I mean, it should just work. It should just work. I mean, it should click. It should click any direction. Like, that is a disappointment to me. And that right now is probably between that and the glare are the biggest disappointments to me. And the glare isn't like devastating to me, because most things I've played, I don't really notice it.
I don't notice it.
And it's not a big issue for me, where I know some people really hate it and really, you know, really notice it more. I don't know what that is, why it's different for some people, but yeah, that's not. And the other thing is the compatibility. Like, most games I've tried to play don't even notice that you're using index controllers and they don't work correctly.
So
you know?
I kind of found a workaround with that. I was having issues playing some games. We went into some as well. And what happened was I was setting everything up because we had that a Friday game night, and I had issues with the index controllers because I wanted to use the index. I wanted to see how it played. It was comfortable. I could be in it for hours,
It is
and
comfortable.
it is. But then some of the games wouldn't actually work with the index controllers. So what I ended up doing, I ran everything on Oculus and ran Revive. And what Revive did was it substituted those controllers in and put them into Oculus format to where it never noticed a difference. But where like Rec Room, I could play Rec Room on Steam with the index, would not work. Controls wouldn't work, couldn't move around.
But you could play it on Oculus.
Played it through, through Revive,
Right,
and it translated the controls over, and it worked perfect. So
yeah,
it was a nice little walk around for people, maybe with indexes as well. So
and Revive was real easy. I mean, there wasn't anything to it because I did mess around with Revive too because I just wanted to try it out. I wanted to like Robo Recall, and I don't even remember what all else now, but it worked. It was easy. It was no issue. So
I had a couple issues with Defector. I was trying to run Defector, and then what I guess everyone said was you have to do like a full Oculus restart after you download a game, and because it won't play. And then once you do a restart, it'll recognize the library and then it'll play it. It showed up even in Revive though, which was odd, like right away, but it would not play it.
So another issue that I did have with Revive is I actually have a C drive and a D drive on the computer, and most of my games are on the D drive. But I think I can't remember what game. It might have been Robo Recall or something. It wasn't showing up. It wasn't showing up at all. And I was like, what is going on? Well, here it was on my C drive, and it was only recognizing all the games on that one drive.
Oh,
so I went into Oculus and actually moved it. So I moved the game over to the other drive, and then it showed up. So if anybody does use it and has that issue, it might be that it's just on a different drive, and you can just move it over. At least for me, that's what it was.
It seems to work great. I didn't really have. I mean, it's a little bit of here and there, but it's two different companies. I mean, they're not meant to work together. So it's awesome how it is. I mean, it works.
And I'm glad to hear it worked with Defector too, because I was a little nervous that they might, since it's a brand new game, something might be a little different or something, And I don't think they will because they don't want the backlash of that. But I don't know. And I'm actually very jealous about Defector because I haven't even got to try it yet.
It's a lot. I haven't got to play much either. But
I literally just plugged this computer and everything in just like an hour before we went on the show just to be able to do this. So I haven't even got to play it yet. I haven't downloaded it yet. Like the things I've heard about it is it's really good. I mean, people really like it so far. I mean, people have a little bit of gripes here and there, but overall,
I was gonna say some of the reviews and stuff, like the one on IGN and everything. I just I think they're being. The people who are reviewing it are reviewing other games as well, not non-VR games that have a big money back to them, big storylines and stuff. The game's still 3 hours, I think, is what I heard. I haven't played it all, 2.5, 3 hours.
A couple different things. I know it's somewhere. I mean, it's $20,
right?
Which is, we were a little worried for $20 that it might kind of not be very good, but so far everybody's saying good things.
Because Oculus's go-to seems to be about $29 for all their titles and stuff.
Yeah,
and it can be.
And supposedly Asgard's Wrath is like one of the biggest VR titles ever. So I don't know if that means lengthwise or just, what is all put into the game.
Sure.
So it'll be interesting. I think the main focus that they have is Stormlands and Asgard's Wrath. I think Defector was a big title, but I don't think it had as much attention and time and money and stuff put into it as Stormlands and Asgard's Wrath. So
Stormlands is like a 3-year project, or at least in the making. Whatever.
Yeah, they've been working on it a long time.
I know. But and some guys have seen Stormlands too, So that's, I mean, it's coming. I mean, it's definitely coming.
I think they said, what did they say? They said holiday 2019.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's going to be Christmas time.
Sure.
I really was hoping that would be earlier. I really was. I was really hoping it'd be like late summer, but I don't think, especially with Defector just releasing, it'll be a little bit now, I think, until we get another big one.
And that's probably why they pushed Defector out too. I'm sure, as soon as they did. I mean, they've been working on Stormlands longer. You would think it would be done by now, unless it's just that big of a game.
I still can't believe they didn't release one of these like Defector with the Rift S. Like I still don't understand why that didn't come out with the Rift S. That just made sense to me. But so Steve Drumheller, Conquer Reality, said, Sean, is the room you're in your new total VR room? So this is the new VR room, and you can't really tell it in the video here, but it is literally probably at least 4 times the size as the old VR room. So
Lots
it's
of
gonna be
room for
awesome.
activities.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big room, so I mean,
That's
it's
awesome.
gonna have a lot more space than what I previously did, which is gonna be awesome. It'll give me the ability to move all around, and I
I
plan
know.
on getting a bigger desk now because that other room I was in was so small that I had a real small desk, and it's just a standing desk because I wanted to keep it as small as I could so I could have the most amount of room to play. And now that we do this show and stuff, I would much rather have a bigger desk to have some more real estate to put stuff because it's really tight. I mean, this is
Yeah.
a really small desk, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna set it all up yet and stuff,
It's gonna be
but
tough. Yeah, I know
yeah, it's
everyone
gonna
has some really cool setups and stuff that we're sending us.
yeah.
Speaking of, I can hit up the. Why don't we hit up our mugshots too? While I'm thinking of it, we had some other pictures too. There's Steve's stuff right there. That's when Steve got
Oh yeah,
his
it's
index. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Which
buddy.
yeah, there's a couple. What was it? Let's see. Who had that? Oh, somebody. I think it was Lethal on our Discord. Sent us a bunch of his setup that he has a full racing sim, flight sim, and he made his own gun
Oh
stock
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah,
Like completely made it himself.
yeah.
Not even. I don't think he had anything that was used. Oh, he did have something. Some little toggle stick from an old flight sim stick or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I do
it's
remember that.
some crazy stuff people are doing now with all this. It's a
Right.
lot of fun. I'm excited to get our the Mammoth gun stocks.
Yep.
I'm
I didn't know
definitely
if we were
excited for
telling
that.
everybody which ones we were getting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because
Yep.
we
Yep.
gotta get some stuff out on because man are they cool. I'm really excited for them. I'm
Yeah.
just excited that they're so modular.
Right.
That's what I
I mean,
like.
it's a totally different because I've used the Pro Tube for a long time, and it's a
Sure.
lot different than the Pro Tube in a sense. I'm really curious to see, how that's going to feel. And it's going to take some getting used to. I mean, I've used
Oh
that
yeah.
stock with the touch controllers for so long, and that it feels really
Yep.
natural, and it's going to take some getting used to. But I honestly thought about using because I have cups for my CV1 and I have the cups for the Rift S,
Right.
and I honestly thought about modifying my CV1 cups to try to work with the index controllers. But I was like, man, I'm going to have to
Yeah.
destroy them to make
Yeah,
it
it would.
happen. And I didn't want to do that because I still use the CV1 too. So,
Yep. Oh, Limba's got that mouse I want, I think. I think that's that G504, dude, which they have a wireless one now. It's 50.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 504. But man, I need to get that. And now the wireless one's out. Now I'm like, do I get the wireless? But it's like $150 or something. It's
Oh,
like for
yeah.
a mouse, come on. But
I just got a cheap mouse. The
I
bad
get
thing
it.
for, like, I don't do anything gaming on the PC other than VR. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Sure.
So the
I know.
only thing I do on the PC is this show and
Yep.
gaming and in virtual reality. So for
Yep.
me, like, I don't need a gaming mouse. I don't need a
Right.
gaming keyboard. Like for
Sure.
me, I have no use for it
I
because
know.
I'm never gonna play a flat PC game. It's just not gonna happen.
I don't
So
get it for I get it for editing and everything else. I don't
you
really
just get
want
it
it
for the
for.
feel, and what I mean. I can
Absolutely.
understand they feel a lot more comfortable.
Yep.
They're a lot smoother and everything.
It's
But
the jog wheel on it. It's like a
yeah,
weighted one. So when you like roll it, it feels like something's there, not just a little plastic wheel that you're spinning.
right, right.
So nice.
I might have to try one out.
Don't try it. I'm telling you, you'll want it
I
too.
know. But I already have so many things I need to get,
I know.
I want to get a new desk. I don't know if I'm going to build a desk or just buy, a bigger desk. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So, but it's going to be,
You have
it'll be a
enough to do.
process. It'll be
You
a
don't want to
process
build one.
for
You
sure.
have so much going on.
Yeah, I know. We still
Oh
have
yeah,
some rooms we want to
Limba's
paint.
actually in chat. He says it's a five. His is a 502.
Oh,
So there's just a
502.
little bit of difference. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the jog wheels are different from the 502. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've been looking, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy some of the stuff that's out there. And I mean,
Huh.
just the regular 504, I think is only $49, and that feels
Not
like
bad.
a premium mouse to me. But
Yeah, so Ashen Kirana video said, I'm not gonna lie, I will stick with the trackball mouse I bought for $30.
yeah,
I'm kind of the same with him. I just
yeah, it's hard. I know. It's not. I mean, but we do a lot of editing and stuff, and we spend a lot of time doing other things. So
yeah.
that's
Are
where
you
I
are
think
you
it makes
drinking
sense.
coffee right now? I
I'm
haven't been
drinking
paying-
tea actually.
What?
Yeah, it's late. It's 8
All right,
o'clock here right
end the
now.
show. We're done.
No, normally,
All right, I'll see you
there's a
guys.
lot of guys that drink tea. There's a lot of people that drink tea now. Come on.
This isn't called tea in VR.
Well, I can add that real quick. I can do
No,
that since I'm running the show
All right,
today.
guys. I actually have coffee. I actually brewed a cup of coffee.
Right.
Just even though it's late on a Sunday, I couldn't cheat you guys
Exactly.
like that. I
You
couldn't do
probably
it,
need
so.
it though. You've been going hard all day.
I'll probably fall asleep right now if it
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
for
you
that.
probably do need it. I know. That's all right.
So, Yeah, this can't happen again though. No more tea. So
Right. So this
usually we
last
do
so
Saturdays, but
yeah, this last Friday we kind of hosted a impromptu game night for everybody on our
we
Discord. Well,
because I didn't take part because I was literally moving the truck and trailer and everything else over to the new house.
you were there in
I
spirit.
didn't have internet. I didn't have internet at the house yet. They got hooked up
Oh,
Saturday
man.
morning. So we were definitely going to have to do more of these because I was reading through the Discord and stuff and everybody talking about it. And I'm not going to lie, I was really jealous that I didn't get to take part in that. So
Oh my gosh.
we are definitely going to have to do this again here pretty soon.
Everyone had me cracking. Everyone had me cracking up. VR Mang has. I can tell he's a movie buff because he has movie lines out the wazoo that he can pull, which was awesome. Very funny because I'm bad about that too, and I try not to be. Gaming science teacher, she knew more. We actually had her running all the stuff in Rec Room because she had the Quest, and for the Quest only gets certain things in Rec Room compared to everybody on PC. So it was hard to know what she could use and what we couldn't. So she actually was running the party and stuff in there and choosing the games and stuff, which was pretty cool. And it took a while. The Rec Room, it's a great game, but I mean, from us being in there, it's so hard to stick together and join up with people. Yeah, it's too bad. It really is.
So what all were you guys doing in Rec Room? I know reading through the Discord, I know you guys played some paintball because I know gaming science teacher. I don't think she normally plays a lot of games like that. So all the moving around and the quickness and all the gameplay, she was like, "Oh, I need to lay down for a little while."
So there were people that were in there playing against us that I'm not kidding you must spend every hour of the day in there. They were pros, compared to us. We don't play it, It was a lot of fun. And then I got teamed up by everybody on dodgeball, which was fun. So it was me against, I think it was VR Mang. I don't think Greg's was in there, and gaming science teacher against me, which wasn't fair at all. I don't know
that I've done dodgeball in Rec Room, to tell you the truth.
Dodgeball was a lot of fun. It was pretty funny because there's 3 balls that appear in the center, and you all have to go up and get them, and then come get out of the way, come back and stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
That's funny.
But yeah, and we played disc golf, which was cool. Disc golf was fun.
I played that.
Yeah, it's frustrating at times, but then like super rewarding at times, like when you had a good throw. So
does the paintball still not have free locomotion though?
So I didn't think so, but we saw people in the game moving around. So you have to go into the settings and enable, I forget what they called it, like it wasn't called free movement or something like that, or walk. It was called walk. It was locomotion or walk. So we ended up switching it. Somebody told us in one of the lobbies.
You can actually do that in paintball? Because I didn't know if they would mix the
you can.
The teleport and the free locomotion, because it seems like if you're doing both, you have a pretty big advantage using free locomotion. But
I don't know. I don't know which ones you have more of an advantage. I really don't, because with teleporting, it shows where you're going to go.
Right.
So you can actually aim to where they're going.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It is. It's different.
Paintball's weird in that. So was gaming science teacher using free locomotion, or was she using?
She was using teleport, and I think VR Mang used locomotion. So did I. Once we found out, one of the guys told us in the lobby how to.
Yeah,
actually, one wouldn't, but
there's no battle royale on the Quest yet for.
No, not on the Quest.
Wasn't before. I know they're working on it, from what I understand.
So we stuck to stuff that was available on both, just to be all inclusive. And then Poker Stars was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun in Poker Stars.
The first time that me and you went in there, we had a lot of fun. So,
we could just stay in there all night, I feel like. It's crazy.
Poker Stars is such a great social atmosphere, and all the little things they put in there for you to play with, and just, I mean, you don't even really, I don't even really know how to play poker, or I was just kind of learning as I was in there, but.
So all that's kind of changed though too.
I haven't been in a little while.
So now what they're doing is the things you can buy or like put on the table and interact with, they cost more now. And now there's like a point system or currency just for buying those things. And you either have to pay real money to get more or earn them. And it's a slow earning. So I think they're kind of working towards trying to make some, not pay to play. It's not pay to play, but that also was bad. Like Greg's VR plays a lot, and he was in with us, and he said what was bad before was all these like kids would go in and they would spam the table with just like full of stuff because you could get anything. So he said it got really annoying if you were wanting to actually play. So I get it.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, that would slow that down, and because you could. I know when I was in there before, I was grabbing all kinds of things out. I mean, at one point in time, I was shooting you in the face with a water and then shooting fireworks at you,
I
and
know.
you fed me some sushi,
I
and
know.
it's just all kinds of stuff going on in there.
Sounds like a
So,
bad date.
yeah, it was. I mean, it was.
But no, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Played some contractors, sweated it out in there. I mean, it was a good time. But yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do it again sometime. It was kind of getting our feet wet and trying to figure it out too, so it definitely helped.
I was hoping you would stream it because at least I still had my cell phone, you know what I mean? So I could watch YouTube. Like I could have watched some of the stream as we were doing stuff, but
you never did. Poker Stars would be funny to stream. And Greg's too said the conversations that happen in there are pretty funny. Like it goes from one thing to another. Like you talk about one thing and then all of a sudden you're talking about something else. And
so I believe Greg's VR might have done a video from that night.
Oh, did he?
I think I saw it, but I literally haven't had time to watch anything. Like I haven't done, but I'm pretty sure I saw that pop up.
You could have.
So I'll have to try to find it to see if he did. But I think he might have put a video out on some of that.
From that it was a lot of fun, though.
I'll go back and watch that once I get some time.
Yeah, we should do that one night. Is just go into Poker Stars with everybody because it is fun, and we could even host 2 tables if we needed to. Because I think you can only get 8 on a table.
Okay, yeah, so I was curious.
So we could host 2 tables. Yeah, yep, it was a lot of fun. Just put a password to it. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
definitely download that if you guys don't have it. It is out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was kind of an impromptu, so there wasn't a whole lot of warning, but.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
See, so what else? What else has come out? Vertigo 2. Did you hear about the demo? 2 days. They're dropping a demo in 2 days.
I'm not gonna lie. Some of this stuff to me is gonna be news because I have not been able to keep up this past week. So, and I just saw that Ash and Karana video said that we can just call him Ash. So he just put
cool.
and I just wanted to see what he said.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Vertigo 2. Their demo comes out on the 16th. So that should be Tuesday, which, should be great to actually see. I mean, we can get our hands on it ourselves even now. So that's really cool. I'm excited for that, which they still, the date I think they wanted is still 2020. That's what it said on there a while ago. Now, I don't know if it still does.
Is that the one that we played the trailer for last?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, which we might have. I could check. But it's actually, I might have that. Let me look. But yeah, it is.
It looks good.
It does. And there is probably a little sound to this, but there might not be. But it is. It does look really good. We'll see. Yeah, from the demo, I'm excited for it. It'll be cool. But it's nice they're doing a demo. Cool. Yeah.
Help build the hype for them. This Tuesday?
This Tuesday. Yeah, July 16th is what they said.
I wish more people would do demos.
I agree. I know.
I mean, I know it can be hard to do a demo and show things that everybody's gonna like and whatever else, but But for me, I like demos because
I do too.
It just tells me if it's a game I'm gonna love. I mean, usually from a demo, you have some kind of an idea if it's a game for you or not.
Right. So. And it keeps people from buying it then too and hating it and giving it bad reviews even. I mean, it's got to help them. Absolutely.
Bad reviews and returning it. That's true. I haven't even thought about that.
So it's
because I mean, a lot of people use the return policy in a sense, kind of like a demo. You know what I mean?
Sure,
so demos would help that, but
But yeah, it should be cool. The gun system, I'm curious to see how it works for like scrolling through and everything.
So Ash is a she. I'm sorry, I might have said he or something. I always say that as a general term, but
I know.
Sorry about.
When I always say guys and stuff, I just mean like general people. I know it's a faux pas nowadays, and I try not to, but. It's just like one of those things you've said your whole life, and it's hard to break now. But yeah, this whole part with the drunken frog thing on the mushroom, so weird. It's so weird. But
it looks like it has some weird elements to the game for sure. It's definitely got some weirdness to it. Like the guy spinning in the chair, I think it's awesome. But
and he starts talking.
Yeah, so
it is. Yeah,
it looks
definitely
good.
different. But yeah, it should be cool. Definitely fun to play.
Definitely.
Yeah. See, I could have stayed there. We have a bunch of games too to talk about. I have a bunch of stuff to show. fpsVR. You actually told me about this. So it's for monitoring your VR inside your headset, and it looks really cool. I think it was like $3.99 or something like that. All these links are in the description too in this video if you do want to tag along and follow along and check it out for yourself. But yeah, it does. It looks really cool. Actually, I think I
can't remember where I heard about that. So I heard about that from somebody. Yeah,
so here's some quick pictures I grabbed from it. But it just gives you all your frames. It gives you, I don't know if it gives you frame drops, it gives you frames per second. You can set timers on things, or it's full of stuff. It really is.
And you can see it all from within VR. You know, I mean, you don't have to look at the monitor or anything like that. You see it inside VR.
Yeah, and it actually pops up as when you hit the start button to go into Steam VR inside your headset, it actually pulls up one of the icons in the bottom center. So like right where like Revive is, where you can go to, or your settings, it's right there with it. And it says fpsVR or whatever it is. And it gives you options. I mean, some people like to monitor that stuff, especially if you're really trying to like max out your potential, your PC and stuff.
I feel like right now is a great time to have that too, because if, you know, people that are getting the index and they want to mess around with the 90 hertz, the 120 hertz, 144 hertz, you know, it's nice to be able to see exactly what's going on, what games work well with what settings, you know, and that is kind of another, I guess, downside for me of the index, is that there's so much to tinker with, which in one sense is good, but in another sense, like with my Rift, I never really messed with anything. I just threw it on and I played. You know, now it's like some games work great at 120, some games don't. You know, you can sacrifice. You know, you got to kind of pick what you want. If you want 120 hertz, then you can, you know, drop down the super sampling and stuff, or you can drop back down to 90 and crank the super sampling way up. Like, it's a lot to mess with. It really is.
Honestly, I set mine at 120. I haven't had an issue with anything.
Yeah. Well, when I first did
Contractors,
Contractors,
super sampling, nothing.
Yeah, when I first went into Contractors, it wasn't running perfect at 120, but I did have the super sampling cranked up.
Sure.
So I kept all my stuff in Contractors set to ultra, and then I backed off the super sampling some, and it runs beautifully. But have you done 144 hertz? I know I'm kind of getting off topic here, but
no, I have not.
I'm still curious.
Yeah, I
haven't either. I've only done the 120. That's what I've been doing pretty much everything on. But
yeah,
did you notice a big? Because I know you're a lot more sensitive to the frames per second on like TV screens and stuff like that. You just oh, there you go. Yeah. So did you notice the 120 hertz?
I haven't.
The Rift S at 80 or the CB1 at 90?
I haven't noticed a huge difference. I have noticed just the visual clarity of it, but I guess I never noticed the low hertz before. Yeah, like I didn't notice any, you know, big issues with blocking and screen tearing, that kind of stuff to really notice it. So I guess going to the 120, I really didn't notice a huge difference like I thought I would.
Yeah, so I didn't either. And I need to do a direct comparison, like go into a game at 90, then go back into the same game, you know, at 120, because I've just been playing everything at 120 now, and I haven't really, you know, noticed a big difference. But I do want to mess with the 144 too. I just haven't had enough time to put into it yet with this move. But
yeah, I don't know. I've heard it might not even be possible on some, but I don't know why it wouldn't be. I mean, at least
on
with our graphics card.
Some games are really. I mean, even ours, even 2080 at 120 hertz with you know, super sampling cranked up, it can't do all of them. It definitely can't. No. Even 2080 Ti struggle with some of the stuff.
Sure it will. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'll mess with it, but I'm just trying to enjoy it, I guess, right now, and get the full experience and see what I really think about it off the bat. Yeah. And playing all those different games on it too, even through Revive, I had no issue doing that. And I actually never messed with anything with super sampling. I haven't touched a thing, and it's been perfect out of the box. Yeah. So I guess I didn't have any troubles with it, but
sorry, I brought it back to index again, but I guess I had more questions I wasn't thinking about.
I know it's hard. There's so much stuff with the index. I can't even. It's sitting in front of me right now too.
Yeah, I'm still dying to get back into it. I just haven't got to spend enough time in it yet. And Defector, like I'm definitely. I know. You know, as soon as we get to a point where I can work on some stuff, I'm getting into Defector for sure. So mine's packed up still. I got the box that. Oh, it's on the floor. You might not be able to see it.
Yeah, I actually like the quick adjustments. So with the lenses, to be able to pull them in and out, I think that works so well. It's just so easy.
For me, I usually always wear my glasses or my lens adapters and, you know, Rift and CV or Rift S and stuff. And with the index, I don't know. I haven't tried it with glasses because I haven't felt like I've needed it. The ability to bring them lenses so close to my eyes, and I don't know if it's just the increased clarity and stuff. Like I have not felt like I've needed my glasses at all.
So I wear glasses or contacts. So now I have contacts in, but I do wear glasses during the day. And it's nice because before I would have it set up to where I'm like, you know what? I have to either wear glasses or not because I have it set up for that with the VR cover for spacing or whatever that may be. But with this, I feel like I could come home in glasses and throw it on. Just one twist of the knob and I'm good to go. No adjustment, no anything else other than that. And
so
then next day I put contacts in. and it's
So
good.
you notice it. I guess your
You
site might be a
notice
little
a
bit
field of
worse than
view
mine,
difference
but
because when you draw them out, you're not,
yeah,
you lose some field of view. So you do lose
yeah.
that.
So do you
But
feel like you need your glasses though? Like if you tried it in the index without anything, like without your contacts or without your glasses?
I don't think I have. No.
See, for me, like I don't even feel like I need them almost, but I guess I need
Really
to try it with my
interesting.
glasses to see how much better it gets. But I
Yeah.
haven't felt like I've needed it. I mean, we played
Hmm.
contractors that one night for a while, and I didn't wear my glasses or anything, and
Yeah, and that's tough
I was
too,
fine.
because you're looking
Yeah,
far away on that. Interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
Huh. That's pretty
But
cool.
I
No,
mean,
I
everybody's
haven't.
eyes are different too, and I don't
Sure.
know what your eyes prescription compared to
Mine aren't
mine.
horrible, but I
Yeah,
mean
mine aren't crazy bad, but
they're not great, but yeah, still. So, oh, so Automobilista 2, isn't that 2? But now I know
I think
there's
so.
one out, right?
Think
So the
so. Yeah,
second one is supposed to or does already. It's not really out yet though, is it? As far as I knew.
I can't remember
But
now.
it's supposed to support VR. And I
Yeah,
actually saw some video though
yeah. There's a
of
video
it.
clip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that was
saw some
actually
video
shared
of VR.
from Lethally Kill from
Right.
our. I can't. I think he shared it on our Discord and asked if
Yeah.
we seen that. And that's
Yeah, I
the
think he
first I'd
did.
actually seen that
I
game.
wonder, let me see if I do have some of that. Let me check.
Yeah, I don't know if you have that trailer or not.
No, I don't have that one, I don't think. No. Nope, I don't. But it does. It looks really good. It looks like it runs really well. I don't, I haven't played it. Did he say he played it or
I
he
don't think
just heard
so.
about it?
I think he just shared the trailer and asked,
Sure.
if anybody's seen this coming out. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
see, we played Project Cars 2. It plays really well. I don't know, but see, we're running really stout graphics cards. So I feel like
I'm
looking at
still
that,
ready for Dirt
you're
Rally 2.0.
Dirt Rally, I know. Yeah, a lot of people are ready for
Yeah.
Dirt Rally
I
2, I
love
know.
Dirt Rally. Just the way those cars slide around and stuff. I just love
And
Dirt
in
Rally.
VR, it
That's
gives you
why I can't
such a
believe
sense of speed with stuff coming
it. Mhm.
past so close. It's so good.
Yeah,
It really is. The
yeah.
gravel
I
hitting
can.
up underneath, and yeah, it is
Yep.
pretty cool. Yeah, I had
So
a
true.
fun experience this past weekend with some cars. I took some 360 pictures. I wish I would have had the VR camera. But
Oh yeah.
man, a guy I know that actually won his class of modern vintage racing. He let me take some pictures of inside his car and everything, and oh man, it was so cool.
Should have took some video. Could have put some 360 video up.
Yeah, I did. I did take a 360 video of that race
Yeah.
actually. I haven't got to look at it yet. Again, I've been too busy too, but I took a
Yeah.
ton of stuff, ton of pictures. But yeah, that's pretty cool
That's,
stuff. Yeah,
that's
but I
awesome.
actually really want to get like a VR camera out on the track. Like that would
Yeah.
be that would
Yeah,
be
that'd be sweet.
amazing. That would be so cool.
Sure. No doubt. So
All
there's
right.
been a bunch of games that have been getting updated too, like Sports Scramble. They
Oh
did
yeah,
an
that's
update,
right.
and
They
I
did do
haven't
a
been
big
back
cut.
in, but they did. They called it a quality of life fixes in their update. Basically, a lot of people were complaining about how slow the game would load and how
Sure.
long it would take you to get into a game, and basically they just fixed that stuff to where it loads in faster. If you can get into a game a lot quicker than you could before, and also big screen. Did you see the
Yeah.
big screen updates?
Yep.
Yeah, they got
Big
a bunch of
screen
updates, and
TV or
now they're gonna
whatever.
have they're actually gonna have like TV
Yeah.
shows and all kinds of stuff you can access straight through big screen, which would be kind of cool. And I haven't got to go back into that yet. I don't know if I'm not sure. I think that update came out, didn't it?
I haven't been in
I
big
can't.
screen in a while. I actually don't
Yeah,
know. It's been a long. We used to go into that all the
as
time, but
yeah, it was fun. We
I
go
know.
into that quite a bit. But yeah, I do need to get back in there and see that. And we get Racket
I know.
NX is coming to Quest on
Yes.
July 18th, and that's
That'll
supposed
be
to
a big seller on Quest.
yeah, I think that's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward. I have a yard that's way bigger now too. I might just be able to
Try
go
it
out
outside.
there and like I'll just go try. And I also have, once we have a lot of stuff loaded into the garage right now that we haven't got into the
Sure. Oh
house.
yeah, you could do it in
Like
there.
I need to get all them boxes out, and I'll just do it all out there.
That's
But
true.
even
Yeah.
this
That's
room's
a
gonna
good
be so
idea.
much bigger to be able to move around. So
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. That actually, a lot of people love that game on PC. I mean, that's got a big following. Like the
Yeah.
people that like it really like it. So
But some games like that, I just feel like translate so well to Quest because there's no
sure.
wires. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh,
ability
absolutely.
around. Like some games don't make as big of a difference. Like something like Poker Stars, you know what I mean? Like you don't really
Right.
need it on the Quest. I still like it on the Quest, you know what I mean? Like it's a great because you can sit on the couch,
Yep.
you can do whatever you want. But
That's what I like.
I mean, yeah, but some games that wireless really, really makes a difference for not
Oh
getting
yeah.
twisted on the wires. I mean,
Sure.
it's pretty huge.
Yeah. What was I
How
gonna
was Defector? How was the movement? Like, is that something that they?
The movement, I wasn't. See, it's hard for me to judge because I did have to run it through Revive because I was
Right, that's
using it in the
true.
index. So I
Yeah,
can't give a full. I can't really. It's hard for me to even say. I had issues a little bit with the index. with movement. When you would turn in person, so if I would turn in my physical space, and it maybe was in the settings, I didn't see it, I might have missed it, but when I turned in my physical space, the character didn't turn. So then when I would go forward, it would be going backwards. And I'm like, whoa, that's weird. So I basically had to stand still and face straight the whole time.
So I wonder if that's something to do with the index, or if it does that on Rift too.
It could be just because it's through Revive, or I'm not
maybe
sure.
somebody can say on here, because I haven't got to try it in the Rift or the Revive or the index yet. So
I need to try it on the Rift and see, but it's like now I don't want to go back to the CV1 because of that. I know
that's the hard part.
I know it is. That is tough, but
yeah.
We had when we were playing poker on Friday, we had that discussion on what was, good about the index, comparing it to the Rift S and everything. And it's still, you get what you pay for, but the Rift S is still a good headset. And now with the tracking fixed,
the Rift S is hard to beat. If you're getting your first VR headset and even if you have the $1,000 to spend, it's like, the Rift S is still not a bad choice. By any means, especially once we get a little bit further down the road where we can get some quality add-ons like some over-ear headphones or something. Because for me, at this point, since they fixed the tracking so well, the main flaw is the no headphones and the built-in audio. For me, that's the main flaw. So if we can get a third-party accessory or something like that to go on,
I know.
Yeah.
Whoops, I killed myself here. Give me 1 second. I killed both of us. Huh? Let me find a. I'm gonna find a picture real quick here, but we had the headphones, the ones that we did a video on, which the
Mantis,
the Bionic Mantis. They who was it that blacked them out? Was it VR Mang? I think it was VR Mang.
Yeah. So he did the plastidip. He plastidiped them. And where basically they made them the same color right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So instead, because they come white. When they come, they're white, and they don't really match, the headset very well. Sure. So, and the nice thing about that plastic dip is you can peel it off. So if you ever want to go back or put them on a PSVR or whatever, you can peel that off and go back to. You weren't on studio mode now, you are.
I know. I gotcha. But it looks really good though. Like it looks factory. It really does. And I don't know if he's, maybe, and I think he might be in chat actually. He can say, I don't wonder if it wants to chip off or like with usage or anything like that.
I'm sure if you're really not, real careful, it will, because it's made to come back off. But, those aren't something that you're really beating up a whole lot, I wouldn't think. So I would think they would last a decent while.
Yeah, you're probably really not. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, people put them on rims. They paint cars with it. So,
right, sure.
It's probably holding up pretty well, and he could probably say. But, so he even said, I'm loving my Rift S now that I fixed the audio situation. And really the visuals, the Rift S already looks really, really good. Visually, the Rift S looks really good. It's, the screen's clear, the image quality is good, the lenses are really good. You have less glare than you have in the Index.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so mainly the audio issue and the field of view. That's the thing that's going to be hard to go back to in the Rift S is the smaller field of view. Yep. So
yeah,
but it looks good. From these pictures, it looks like it matches perfect.
I know it does. It looks really good. It makes me want to do that.
Yeah, it looks like it was built because you have those headphones.
I do. And look at the texture. Even the texture looks the same.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
It looks awesome. It looks awesome.
I know it does too. Yeah. But I might have to.
What color did he use? Did he say?
I don't think he had. He did have a picture. I didn't grab it.
Because it almost looks like a gunmetal kind of color, not really like. I think
it's just the black.
But
it's got a texture.
Flash too, and there's probably a flash on this picture, so that it maybe changes the color a little bit. But it looks like it matches perfectly.
It's so good though, and he even painted the cord end too, because the cord end is white on him. So to match it, he actually painted the cord end black.
Yeah, you need to do that. Cool. I need to order some of these, and you need to do that.
I know. It is. Sure. Yep.
I haven't ordered them because I was really just hoping that there would be somebody that came out with something officially made for it. You know what I mean?
I know.
As far as I know, there still isn't anything.
Which I'm surprised because even Oculus has a whole accessories page on their website, and they have nothing really that they've added. It blows
my mind that they did not have that out the day it launched. It just makes no sense to me. But but I did do the Frankenquest. And that is amazing. I love my Quest so much better now.
Yeah.
With the comfort is so much better. The sound is so much better. And to me, honestly, the Quest with the factory sound of the Quest versus the Rift S, the Quest sounds better. The Quest sounds better than the Rift S. So I didn't have as much gripe with the Quest, but the audio still wasn't awesome.
Right.
But with Frankenquest, I mean,
it is nice.
It's awesome.
I want to do it. My only problem is the case. I like how tight it is in that factory case and how small it is for transporting.
It won't fit in there.
It won't. We tried.
You have this case. I actually have the Apache 2800 here, and that's the small box, and it actually fits. So what I did was
Barely.
I took so I took the insert from the Quest box that it came in out, and I put it in the bottom of that, and then I pulled out the foam on the top of it. And you have to take the headphones and you have to tilt them all the way back. So you put them all the way back, and then you're able to get it in there. You can get it in there with the controllers. And I put a little piece of foam above the controllers just so they didn't fly out or anything. But it actually works really good. I've been using that case still, which has been nice.
Those cases are great. I have 3 of the 3800s and one of the smaller one for all my camera gear and stuff. And oh man,
you can't beat them. And if you don't know, they're Harbor Freight. I don't know if those are in other countries, but in the U.S. it's a Harbor Freight. And they're like, I don't even know, like $20. Or they even cost that much?
$25. Oh, the 28? Oh yeah, probably. Yeah,
you can get coupons and get them even cheaper, like 20% off coupons. So
they're so nice. Yeah, they come with pull and pluck foam, which the foam alone to buy costs that.
Right. So I mean, you can custom make it. The thing with the smaller one that I have, there really wasn't enough room to leave that foam in there. I mean, I guess you could have without the case. You know, I mean, you could have cut it out to fit probably with the Frankenquest, but I mean, if you did the next size up, you know, you would have a little bit like the 38. Yeah, but I really like it with that case. I mean, it's a really tight fit. Nothing can really move. Like, I really like it.
Nice. I think we had some pictures. I don't think I have them in here. They are in Discord though. But of the Frankenquest and with the 3D printed brackets and everything. It's just crazy how, which actually we shot video of that and I still have yet to push that out.
Both been busy, I know. So hopefully, I know for me at least, things from now on should start slowing down. I mean, it'll still be a little bit busy this week and stuff, but like next week we should be back to a Saturday morning show, I would imagine. And you know, so we did miss last weekend actually was because your internet dropped out. Because I actually left in the house just enough stuff to do this show. The rest of the house is pretty much empty. We slept on an air mattress, you know what I mean, until we got ready to leave because it was already packed in the pod. But I still had enough to do this show just in the room.
Right, we planned on it.
And I was packing anyways, and I was like, look, let's just, you know, we'll cancel the show for this week. But we didn't want to miss this one too. So.
My internet dropped completely.
They had to run a new line from the road.
Yep, from the street to the house. Yep. They said it cracked and it got moisture inside, and then the moisture slowed it down too far that it couldn't read anything anymore. So
you've been having some issues anyway, so it's probably good that you've had some random issues here and there. So
which luckily it lasted through our last show because that's when we hit 1,000, and if I didn't even know that was going on, and then
before that show it dropped out. Before we went live, it completely dropped out. You remember? And I was like, oh no, what is going on?
I know. So we got lucky with that, and so now I'm good.
Just join the chat too.
Nice.
AKA Uno.
Yeah, I think VR Mang was checking the color too. He said he was checking the color of the can. He was going to go look. So I wonder if he. I missed. Yeah, he said he was checking, but yeah.
So we've been rambling. I keep getting off topic.
Yeah, sorry. I know, me too. Yeah, I want to know how drop-in's going too. I know Jason's been working on day to night pretty hard right now. I know they're pushing that one pretty good.
I asked them some on the Discord.
They're
maybe
close
a week
with
or
that. They're getting there. Yeah.
They said they're making really good progress.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
Really looking forward to that.
I know. Where it was. Oh, so here we go. I've got. So Aerobots. Have you guys seen this yet? I'm sure some of you guys have seen this already. Just because it's been out there. But this looks so good. This looks looks like a lot of fun. I mean, at least the video looks good. It doesn't look like super like
stuff.
It's I mean the movement and the characters and stuff, and it's a little, I don't know, we'll see. But it looks like it's a lot of fun. It really does. Looks cool.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool.
And I have the volume turned down on this. I know you probably can't hear it, Sean, but
right.
I mean, visually it looks really good. Like the trees and stuff there. I mean, all look really, really polished.
I like the
flames look good. I know. See, like for me to look at this though and watch it, doesn't look like it would be that entertaining me. Like, I don't want to fly around like that and shoot. And I know a lot of people love it, so I need to get in and try stuff like this more.
I like flying. So for first-person shooter games, for me, I prefer the regular like Contractors Onward style.
Exactly.
But I like the feeling of flying around. You know what I mean? So like sometimes the first-person shooters to me don't always translate as well. But like for me playing, what was the one that just came out for the Quest where you walk on the board?
Oh, Richie's flying experience?
Yeah, did you do the where you just fly around?
I don't even have it.
So there's a mode in there where you can just basically fly all around, and it's fun. Like I love flying all around, but I don't always like the first person shooter as much in that sense. So but I'm still interested to try it. I'd still love to try it out. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm just not that cracked up about it. I like doing that stuff, but not with shooting, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I am too. But I definitely check it out though.
I know, I do.
I mean, you can't ever judge a game until you get in there. So.
No, absolutely not. No, yeah. And a lot of games, like what's the one where you fly around on like the hoverboard that everyone likes right now? I know Anthony was saying, he said it looked really good on the Index. Somebody will know in chat. Shoot,
can't think about one on the hoverboard.
Yeah, it's got like a surfboard looking hoverboard deal that Jet Island, right?
Oh,
Jet Island.
I actually haven't played Jet Island.
I know, and a lot of people really like that.
Yeah,
like,
I need to get in there.
Really
I have not played that. Yeah, a lot of people like that game.
I know. I do. I need to pick that up and try it.
So everyone the VR mag said PDA Black number 0591.
Huh. Interesting. I'll try and add
somebody
that
said
into the description.
VR Spry guy said Jet Island. So
yeah.
We need to get into that. Actually, there's still a lot of games that I need to play. I mean, especially now that I'm getting behind on everything. But
it was fun. It was actually fun to get to play a Defector, kind of almost as the first game on an Index. That was pretty cool. I did like that.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Man, yeah, the missions. I did get to do the jump out of the plane thing.
Oh, that looks so good. I was just showing somebody that video the other day, and they're like, "Oh, that looks so intense." So, did you complete it yet, or you still you haven't got all the way through it yet? Okay, yeah.
I played for about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Some people were just judging it, I think, too hard though. Like, I feel like, and from everything I've seen, you get to do a lot of different things, like different kinds of guns. It is guided. Don't get me wrong. But you do get to like have conversations with people, which is kind of a new concept in a lot of games. Not new, but in VR at least. I mean, we haven't had a ton that have interaction like that.
It's like where you read out though and select the.
Yep.
Yeah. So
select
that
the
one
questions
Shadow
or
Legend
whatever.
was kind of like that. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's been some, but this one actually you get to choose. I don't want to say a direction of the game, but like you get to a point where there's a divide and you get to choose one answer or the other. And then that determines what you do from there on, and it changes your path.
So there's some replayability then.
For sure. I think there's about
go back and play the other.
Yeah, and actually you don't have to go back and play the whole mission though. You can go back to like the divide point and start right from there, and then do the other one. So it's kind of cool. So they said, I guess when you play all those, it adds a little bit, another half hour or an hour or something like that to it. So yeah, pretty cool. It's a lot of fun for $20. Man.
I like the fact that they're pushing the envelope. I mean, not a whole lot of games if you got to drive a car out of a plane, you know what I mean, and parachute onto another plane, and you know what I mean. Like we haven't got to do that in VR really.
When you jump out of the plane, you have to like grab onto something as you're like falling, and it goes into slow mo, and an engine like goes right past your head. And you're like shooting at a guy in a door, and it goes into slow mo, and you reach out and you have to grab this on the plane. That's all I'm going to tell you. Super cool. A lot of fun.
I'm definitely going to get into it this week. So we'll see what I think.
It's a lot of fun. You'll know when you get to that point.
Holoception. Have you played Holoception yet in the Index?
I have. Yes.
What did you think? I have not done that yet.
So it's hard for me because I played Holoception so much with the touch controllers. That the Index controllers to me are still a little foreign. So
it's going to take some getting used to for sure.
Well, that's what I was telling everybody the other night is that the controllers, the Index controllers getting them are like getting my first set of VR controllers again. Like the first time me figuring out VR controls is like getting the Index controller. So that's the only way I can describe it. It's just different.
I don't know. I honestly think that for me, the touch controllers just kind of melted into my hands. Like they just felt,
I agree.
So like for me, the Index controllers don't feel as natural to me as the touch controllers do.
I think a lot of that though has to do with playing Xbox before this.
Yeah, probably so.
I would say.
But I think for me too is like the thumbsticks. Like even the thumbsticks, I don't think are placed very well for my hands on the Index controllers. I would prefer to have them where that little touchpad is and put that touchpad.
I feel like the touchpad's a waste. a little
Yeah,
bit. I don't
I
know.
haven't even done anything with the
I
touchpad yet,
haven't either.
but I'm sure some games will probably take advantage of it and stuff. But
The
I
only cool,
prefer that if they would have moved that
I agree.
thumbstick. But
The only cool part I saw is when I was in the menus and stuff. I think it was maybe in Steam VR. That touchpad turns into a jog wheel, like on a mouse. Like you can
hmm,
see it on the controller, and then that's how you can scroll up and down.
yeah, I have
That
seen
was
that.
nice. I will give it that. That was nice. But past that, I mean, in game and stuff, really where it matters. But yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's just
And I
relearning.
think,
Like
yeah,
my
I think for
issue
me, it's
was
going to be used to it.
I had an issue though with the controllers because your hands actually have to be open, like physically open now, and I have a hard time with that muscle memory because I'm always holding the touch controllers with the my
Oh yeah,
bottom hand in, tight.
right. And you're
But
only letting
now
go with your finger when
yeah,
you're
so
doing stuff.
now if I
Yeah,
go to throw something and I don't let all my fingers out, like say I have my pinky in, it doesn't
yeah,
actually always let
doesn't
go.
throw it.
So when
Mhm.
I was playing Poker Stars and it was through Revive, so it wasn't native, I would accidentally have a finger in, and when I would go over my cards, it would pick them up, and then I would let them go, and it would
Right,
toss the cards in the middle, and it would fold because I didn't mean to. I didn't even know I grabbed them. I had one hand; it was like a perfect straight, and I threw the cards in. I had
right.
like $1,000 on the table, and it was gone
Yeah.
because I accidentally
Well,
threw
that
my
for me,
cards. I'm
one
like,
of the
oh,
things I was noticing with that is that when I normally play with the touch controllers, my at rest position is holding. You know what I mean?
right,
So in a lot of games,
right, me too,
I was still holding them, but I wasn't holding the object.
right,
So in the index, my normal go-to position is still holding the controller. So I
me
had to
too.
remember to just relax my hands. So
I
that
know.
way, when I'm not wanting to hold something with my hands
Yep,
down, my hands have to be open or I'm still holding that
I know.
object. So that to me is like, it's weird.
I almost
But
wish you could change like the sensitivity of it. So like if it wasn't completely closed, it wouldn't grab. You could change the point of open all the way. I
yeah.
wish a little bit, but
Yeah, but in the same sense, I kind of liked the
I
not
know
having
it's.
that button because, like
I
in
get it. I
contractors,
know.
when I grabbed my gun, I just had my hand and I reached down and I grabbed the gun and I was like, and then I was holding it and I was like, this
Right.
feels more real to
Natural.
me than holding
I
that
know.
button in. And once I wanted to let it go, when I remembered to and just opened my hand, it was like it felt natural. So,
I know.
and the more you use the Mamoot touch grips too with the touch controllers,
That's true.
that can start to translate to
That's
both,
true.
but.
Yeah.
But even with those, I could never always remember to fully let go. You know what I mean?
It is.
So,
It's hard.
but it's
Yeah.
a solid. I mean, the way those stay on your hands, they're solid. Like, I mean, I
Oh
never
yeah.
felt they were gonna fly off or anything like that. Like,
No.
yeah. So
Yeah. They're
somebody
nice.
said,
It's comfortable. That's for sure.
so the Magic Sport said, do you think the fingers are pointless? And I think it depends on the game. I think for some games, like finger tracking, the full fingers are completely pointless. I think a lot of it's just fun. You know what I mean? To be
Sure.
able to do different finger motions, like even in contractors, when you go back into that main lobby where everybody goes back into now, and everybody
Oh right.
you can tell right away who had index because they
Sure.
were all messing with their fingers and their hands and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it just depends on the game. I don't think it makes it has no
It's
difference at
not
all in some
necessary.
games.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's
not
definitely not
necessary.
necessary, not at
Right.
all. It's just kind of cool. It's just kind of a neat thing to be able to see your hands move like they're really moving in real life.
I think it would be cool to like actually crush something. Like
Oh, I'm
pull your
sure it's
hand,
coming.
like grab a glass and like squeeze, like if you're a robot and just squeeze
It's
it and it
coming.
would just shatter. Like
It's
you have to be
definitely coming.
easy how you
Yeah,
pick it up. Like that would be cool. But
yeah.
yeah,
We're
I
gonna see
mean,
that kind of stuff for
there's
sure.
not, I mean, you got to think when you're picking stuff up, you're not doing it with just your pinky and, ring finger. I mean,
Right.
so it's, yeah, not
Yeah.
necessary, but it
And
is.
even
It's
like that Aperture Hand Labs, they did that a little bit where the robot wanted you to shake his hand, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that was a nice handshake. Now really shake my hand." You
right.
know what I mean? So
Yeah, they
like
had
you
pressure
squeeze his hand,
sensors. That was
yeah, because it
cool.
does have pressure sensors. So you squeeze his hand, and
Right.
then his arm like breaks off. So
And even
I
on
think
the robot hands, it had pressure sensors. It had
yeah,
like little monitors that showed you how hard you were grabbing everything, which was really
yeah.
cool. I like
So I
that.
think
But
we are going to see some games that really take advantage of the finger tracking. I think right now it's hard because so many games don't even work with the index
right,
controllers, right? You know what I mean? So it's going to take a while before the developers really start putting that kind of stuff in there.
sure.
That you're going to take advantage of the pressure sensors, take advantage of the full finger tracking and stuff like that. But
Yeah. So the first thing that you and I were actually going to try was Seeking Dawn.
yeah,
We
we couldn't play.
actually, right, we couldn't play it.
It was on
Would
sale.
not.
It was part of the Steam sale. We both
Yep.
picked that up because we played the demo. I think they had a demo before,
Yeah.
and we
When it,
played that, but we never played the full game. So we're like, oh, let's go into that. You know what I mean?
yep.
And it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. And
Right?
it's funny because on Steam too, it says like index supported. Well, it supports the headset, but not the controller.
That's
So
the bad thing. And I honestly, when that came out, I thought everything that showed that index
me too.
symbol would mean that it would support the whole thing. You know what I mean? The controllers, the headset, and that's not the case. So
no, I don't get that.
Headset, but I mean, pretty much everything supports the headset. So
Right.
I mean, it's just the controls. It does not support the controller. So
which is too bad.
And you can go in. I mean, there's community bindings and stuff that people put out there, and you can go in and you can change the controller bindings and all that stuff. But I don't want to mess with that. Like, I don't have enough time. I don't get to play the VR as much as I want to anyway. So to get to play and then have to spend time changing all that stuff just to get the game to work, I don't want to have to do it.
I mean, if it's your go-to game though, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like if it's the one game and it's not supported and you want it to, then sure, I'd put an extra 15 minutes in changing bindings or something. I mean, that's, but for everything, I'm not doing that. Yeah,
and you're going to start getting support for more, you know what I mean? It's coming, everything's going to start getting more support for the so. But
it will. And it may just be from games here on out because, for people to go back and update stuff that have been out for years, probably isn't going to happen. So,
and somebody said that the touch triggers can do pressure sense too, just most games don't see the point in using it. And that is true. And even in Boneworks, I mean, Boneworks showed how you can completely use that game and play that game with the touch controllers, even though, the index kind of show off what that game does a little bit better, but you can still do it. You can still play everything. I mean, it still knows how much you're pulling in that.
Oh, sure it does. Yeah.
On the controller. So
so
hopefully we get some more games, utilizing that for both headsets.
So today, Paradise, and I've talked about this on this show multiple times, and I actually didn't know they were working on it. But do you remember me saying about the game from Gear VR? I think it was on like the Note 4.
I saw
the drift
I didn't
game.
get to see his video today, but I saw the thumbnail that it was like a premiere or whatever. I didn't have time to watch it. I'm going to go back and watch it. But.
Now I have to have it. I have to, man.
We just talked about that recently on the show. We were just talking about
a couple weeks ago,
game. Because that was one of the first games I think I played on.
Yeah, because I was blown away. I'm like, dude, you have to try this. It's so cool.
You basically control the whole bullet with your head, like you're moving the whole bullet through time, and it was like slow motion bullet time or whatever. And you had a target at the end that you had to navigate through as the bullet. Yep. It's kind of like, remember that old what was that Angelina Jolie movie where you could like throw the bullets and they would sling and like curve around stuff. I can't remember what it's called. Right. I just saw it was on TV or something. Yeah. I saw a clip of it, but
no, it does, and it's totally different. It's all brand new. They put a little bit of that like Aperture Labs humor into it, tried to a little, because back then it was just like a VR Jam game, I think, and it was an early APK type deal. So it was really, really early, but now it's all narrated and stuff and levels and everything, really polished. Has the same look to it. It's all very like Super Hot one tone look, which they were doing before Super Hot. So I don't want to say they copied Super Hot at all.
That's true. That was out way before Super Hot.
Well, that's a hard thing too. So Super Hot was actually out on PC as like a early demo from a dev or something. But
I forgot about that.
But it probably around the same time. But
Cran said a little late for coffee, isn't it? It is a little late for coffee, but I had some. Tyler's cheating, so we won't get into that again. But
right? Yeah. Yeah, I know.
But I had coffee. I've actually almost drank the whole thing. I actually feel a little energized now.
That's good.
I had some Pete's Big Bang, I think it was called, and I've never had that before, and it's actually really good. So,
I still have yet to have Pete's.
I usually drink Major Dickinson, and this is the Bang, I think it was called.
Yeah, I still have yet to have it. I need to, I guess. You just keep going on about it and telling me.
Yeah, I love that coffee.
Making me jealous.
This is actually the first coffee that I've actually brewed in the new house. Because everything else so far I've been going, to Starbucks or Wawa or whatever every morning to get coffee. So
isn't everything a first? You've only been in it like a day.
Yep. Well, since Friday night. It was basically Friday night we first got in.
Which was crazy. Oh man, I feel bad for you. You almost were homeless.
Yeah, Friday. I was homeless. We were homeless for almost the whole day Friday. We sold our old house 10 o'clock in the morning, and we were pretty much homeless all day. So we had everything packed in our cars, the pod, the trailer.
And you almost didn't get keys to have the house too. So
yep. I guess that's just the way it works when you're buying a new house. Things get things get crazy. It's a pain in the butt. I'm glad that part's over. So for the most, but
So I had some other good trailers here too. I have Telefrag for PSVR. Yeah. Ooh man, this looks tasty. This looks really good.
Is this just coming to PSVR? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's now. I don't know, just because I think Answer has done. Yeah, Anshar has done stuff for PC.
Yeah, they have.
I don't know. As far as I guess I heard, it was PSVR, or yeah. So
I'm
I don't
totally
know.
behind everything this week, so I'm playing catch up.
Oh, I know.
With all the news.
Yeah, it does look really good though.
It does look good.
It looks very fast paced too, which I think is fun because actually, I think who was it? VR Mang was telling me that that's what he didn't like. His first shooter, I think he got in VR, or second shooter, was Onward. And he said it was just too slow for him. Like, he didn't want to die and sit there and wait and stuff because he came from playing Battlefield, which, is just you die, you respawn, and you keep going. You go back into it.
So, and I'm kind of the same way. I love Onward, but it does suck once you die.
Yeah, exactly.
At least the original Onward. I think they do have some other game modes now. So Telefrag's on Steam as well.
Is it on? Okay, nice, good.
It is on
That's
Steam
awesome. I wonder if it's crossplay.
I thought I just couldn't remember.
I just never saw it. I guess I never searched on Steam for it.
Yeah, so it is on Steam.
Description. Interesting.
Yeah. You said you put the link.
I think I linked to their website. That's why.
Okay.
I think I went
so it says a release date of July 19th, which is actually my birthday. So that's this Friday.
Nice. Yeah, that's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be out July 19th.
Yeah, that's
at least
really
supposedly, as long as it doesn't get pushed back.
But sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there was. I think I actually had another game too. Oh, Dement.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was. Wasn't it? Yeah. So this looks really cool. It's definitely, definitely looks fun. Visually it looks really good, and it looks very narrative, which is cool because it must have a pretty good storyline or something to it.
Yeah,
which is really cool. Which I don't know. I feel like a lot of games aren't doing storylines.
Yeah, I think it was Upload VR that compared it to like Silent Hill.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, good. That's really cool.
See if I can find that. Yeah, so it says, upon first look, you might think Dement looks like a fairly crusty take on an indie Silent Hill. Then you realize the game is set in the small town of Quiet Mountain. That's what it says.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it does. It just visually looks good. The
Definitely
lighter stuff.
Creepy.
Oh, man. Like the lighter in the forest, when you have a light and it's dark and it's like flickering off the trees and stuff. Isn't it the forest has a lighter? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah, that's what you start with. Yeah. Man,
it looks pretty creepy though.
I know it does, like right there. Oof. That's just like the night, or like when it's dark in Arizona sunshine. Oh
yeah, when you
so creepy in the caves and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it definitely does look like an indie kind of a game, but
it looks good though.
Yeah, but it looks like it's got some potential.
It does too.
Haven't you?
Yeah.
One moment you're in one place.
Yeah, I don't need to play all this, but yeah, it does. It looks. Ooh, I got another good one for you though. How about ESVR? The guy's working on with the Traffic Cop deal.
Oh yeah. So that actually, this was kind of a little bit rough too. And I think it's kind of early, but it looks interesting and it looks like it could be fun. I feel like this game, you know what I mean, if they can finish it out and do it, really well, it could be interesting. An interesting game to play.
I think my wife would love it because we watch a lot of like live PD and stuff here in the States.
You guys do. I've watched a lot of live PD every time I'm at your house.
Oh yeah, she loves police stuff.
Yeah.
So I think she would just love this. I really do.
Yeah. I feel like it's a little crude at this point, but it's just pre-alpha test footage.
Sure.
You know what
I
mean?
So absolutely.
So I'm really hoping they can, really put some polish on this, because I think this would be fun. And this is like kind of puts me into the GTA mode a little bit because, I want to be able to do this kind of free open driving, Well,
I'm curious to see what they're doing inside I can't think of the name of the game right now. The one where you're a thief and you break into houses.
Oh, Thief Simulator?
Yes. They're actually putting in driving stuff inside of it, which looks really good. Yeah. It does. It looks very interactive, like the cars. I think you even have to like start it and everything. So it looks pretty good. I don't know how much you're actually going to use it in game, but maybe just get in and drive away with the car and then that's the end of it. But still
this
cool.
this kind of scratches that itch that we all had as kids, where you wanted to be a police officer, be a cop and do this kind of thing. So I think it'd be kind of cool.
So this is an old video. This was one of their originals. So I actually have
something new.
I have. Yeah, I think it's this one. This is the newer one. So I think this one they actually ask for like you get their IDs and everything. Like you actually have to.
This one already looks a little bit better.
Yeah. See, how has the GPS and stuff on it now. There are the lights.
Yeah, they had the lights in the last one, but it does. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be fun.
It would be cool. Yeah.
There was another game like this too a while back. That was kind of like a cop simulator.
Was there?
I
for
never
VR?
played it, but yeah, but there was videos and stuff that I saw on it, but I never. It was kind of rough too, but
Not the detective one, just where you had to like
no,
look back
not
on
LA
stuff. Not that.
Noire.
Okay.
No,
No,
not
yeah,
that.
not that. Yeah.
No, so it was something similar to this, where you would
Sure.
actually drive the car and pull people over.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but
It's kind of cool though.
yeah, I'll play this
Like
for
right
sure.
there,
I'll
taking
try
their
this.
license and everything.
Yeah.
Writing a ticket.
I've always, kind of wanted to be a police officer.
I know,
Not
yeah.
really wanted to be, but I always thought it would be
Sure.
a really interesting
yeah.
job. I know there's a lot of really hard parts about that job, and
Absolutely there
some
is.
not as exciting parts. But man, just like watching live PD, I mean, there's a lot of
Yep.
not a being out on the streets. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on, a lot of action.
Oh
and
yeah.
For the most part,
Oh, for sure.
a lot of stuff you don't want to have to deal with either. But
No. I mean, that's why we watch live PD. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
It's ridiculous. I feel bad for some of those guys. Man,
I know it's
horrible.
crazy.
I know. If any of your cops out there, I mean, big ups to you because
Yeah, huge props.
Whew, yeah. I don't know if I could
Seriously.
deal. I mean, you have to bite your tongue so much. It's.
I mean, some of the people they have to deal with is just like, who are these people? Like, what is wrong with you?
happens. I know.
But,
It
yeah.
happens. I know.
It's crazy.
Yep.
So did you see about the 3D print file for the booster for the index controllers, where they've actually Valve themselves have put out
Right.
a file that you can download. And some people have modified it a little bit and did some different things where it's basically a thicker insert grip, as far as
Yep.
I understand, for like bigger
Right.
hands and stuff like
I
that.
think I sent you the link to all their CAD drawings and download files and all
Yeah.
that at one point. It was a while. It was right after it came out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really cool that they did that. I'm
Yeah.
really.
There are
I'm
some
glad
people
they
that are
did.
starting to do some mods and stuff to the index and stuff like
Yep.
that. And you printed a bracket, a holder for the controllers.
So what
Did
I was
you-
going to do, I was actually going to send one to Steve for hooking me up with the index and stuff.
Yeah.
And after I printed one, they just don't work that well.
I wondered
Um,
because it looked so top heavy. I don't know if that's the issue, but it
You
looked
know,
like the base was kind of small and it was kind
So
of
the
top heavy
base
for
is
those
way
controllers.
bigger than I thought. It was way
Oh,
bigger
really?
than it looked in
Okay.
pictures. So the base was bigger, but what happens is the bottom of it accepted a cable, so you could charge it when you stick it in.
Right.
But it really, you could never get the cable to like line up with it right and everything. It just really didn't work that well. So I was kind of waiting. Somebody just did remix it and extended it so that the cable had more room and linked it together. But my printer's not big enough to print it. You need about a 9-inch, 12-inch print bed somewhere in there to print it.
Right.
I don't know. It just, I haven't seen anything yet I really like. But I'm still gonna send you something, Steve. It's still coming, but yeah, I'm not gonna send you something that doesn't work well. But
I'm sure there are going to be more stuff coming out though constantly. People are always changing things and improving things, and because I want one
yeah.
too. So
yeah,
hopefully they can get something that works good because I do want one. I have the I don't know, they're probably packed in a box, but the CV1 touch controllers, the stands
yeah.
that you made me for those, I've used those forever. I love those things.
like I have any up
So-
here. Yeah, me too. I've been using those. I still use
And
them all the
I
time.
need something. I feel like there's with the index controller, like I don't know why, but I feel like there's no good way to set it down.
Yeah, like
You
they
know
just
what I mean?
rock or
Like,
something.
Yeah, like the
I
touch
know.
controllers, with those stands, that's how I would always set them down. I would set
Right.
them on those stands. But even the new ones, you can flip them upside down.
Sure.
So the ring, you can just sit them there and they don't go anywhere. But
And you could halfway do that with the CV1 too. It still rocked some, but
Right,
it wasn't
yeah.
bad. But yeah, I know. I feel like these, if somebody were to like sit something on them or fall over them, they'll
Yeah.
snap in half. So yeah, I don't know. Wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be a happy
so I don't
camper.
know. I'm looking forward to some kind of good stand for them
Oh,
or something.
speaking of, somebody posted on Reddit, I think it was last night or something like that, that their dog chewed apart was it their index? No. Oh no, it was their I think it was their Quest. It was the Quest. That their dog chewed apart the Quest.
Oh,
Like
man, that's a
must have
bummer.
been in the case. The case was laying there on the ground. Just chew holes in everything, rip the whole face off.
Oh man, that
Oh,
sucks.
It'd be horrible.
And they're still hard to find. Those quests are still hard to get.
I know. Yeah.
You do have Amazon Prime Day tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I wondered. I
I'm
was actually
curious
going to ask
to
you
see
about that.
what,
Do you think there'll
yeah.
be anything?
I don't know
deal-wise
because
for
they
VR.
even still
I don't.
have the Quest and stuff in stock. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of, but I mean, maybe some computer stuff if people want to
Sure.
get. I mean, I was thinking about
Graphics cards?
Yeah, graphics cards. And I
That'd be
actually think
sweet.
the VR Mag put a post the other day that somewhere had the 2080s for like $450 or something crazy like that.
Really?
Like I was like, man, I should just buy another one because
Yeah.
that price was just crazy.
I
But
wonder if they're trying to keep up with AMD, with AMD's new stuff.
yeah,
Could
I
be.
don't. I mean, price
Interesting.
wise,
Huh.
I mean, I still think their stuff's a little bit more powerful than the AMD stuff, but the price wise, AMD usually comes in cheaper.
Yeah, I know. We had talked about that on game night too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I stick with GeForce.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm
NVIDIA
on-
stuff's always been good for me. So
I'm on Amazon right now, and it's showing me the 64 gig is temporarily out of stock. So I know we're not going to get any deals for
Jeez.
that for Amazon Prime Day. And it shows the 128 gig for me. It shows in stock on July 24th. So that one's out of stock too. So I mean,
Wow.
I don't know if they're selling these things like crazy or if there's just not a lot of stock on them or what's going on. But I still want to pick up another one, and I just want to pick up one at Best Buy, and I still haven't seen any yet. Everywhere I check, I'll see every once in a while, I'll check and be like, it'll say one in store available, at a store by me. And 5 minutes later, it's gone. So it's like, I don't know. They seem to be selling pretty good, but we still don't have any numbers. But
I know. I really wish they never will, but I mean, they never do. But unless it's Xbox and PlayStation competing against each other, but.
Yeah. So maybe eventually, once we get to that point, maybe we'll start releasing numbers, but I don't think it's happening time soon.
I know. It's sad. We'll see. Never know.
But I still love my Quest. My Quest is still one of my. I mean, I love it.
I agree. I do too. And my wife's been gone for a little bit. She just got back today, but she still likes it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Which I figured it would just be a fad, but she still likes it. I'm
so does mine. My wife still likes it too, and I really want to get another one for her. And even for like, if one of us goes out of town, I mean, even stuff like big screen, if you're out of town for a week or weekend, it's still nice that you can go into a movie theater and you can watch a movie together. You know what I mean? And it feels like you're together. Like, so for that kind of stuff, I think it's great.
Just the social stuff, any of that social stuff too. I mean, even
I think
we were in Rec Room, but Rec Room is just very overrun by younger,
it is, and it has been for a long time. But
it has, and I get it. I mean, it's a good thing to put kids in, I guess, but. I don't know.
I think this next Oculus Connect, I think we're going to see Facebook and Oculus start really pushing the social platform of VR. I think they're hopefully going to be doing some pretty cool things.
I like what Jason's doing with his next game, with drop-in with the lobby. So he's planning on having a plane pick you up on an island and take off to go to the match. So before that, anybody who has died or is joining waits on the island for a plane to come to get on. I don't know if he's finalized that yet. I don't know if he's in chat still or not. But that's a super cool concept. Like, that to me would be amazing. Like, just to be out there with a bunch of people and see the plane coming in, like, shoot, Sean, we got to get on the plane. Like, come on, hurry up. Like,
stop messing around. Let's get on this thing.
That's awesome. That's really cool to me. Instead of just getting like booted into a match, So.
Yeah. So he said, he actually just said, I like the Index HMD for well-lit games, but Vive Pro for darker games.
Sure.
And I haven't played a whole lot of dark games in the Index. One of the things I did do was the Vader Immortal on Revive in the Index.
Oh.
And I felt like I couldn't see anything. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just that game, but like that first part where Darth Vader walks into the holding cell that you're in, I felt like I couldn't see anything in there. Where in the Rift S, I could see fine, but it was almost like the lighting in there was not right. And I don't know if that was just because something with Revive or whatever. Because I know other people have played dark games in the Index and haven't had any issue. But that particular game in the Index, I felt like I couldn't see anything. Like, it was a dark room already.
I never noticed anything being darker that I've played.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird, but that for me, for sure, did not feel right. Like, that for me felt way better in the Rift S. Like, I remember Darth Vader walking up, and you could see him clearly, and it just something wasn't right. And I don't know if that was just Revive or what it was, but for me, I don't know if anybody else has tried that. Maybe it was just maybe I need to go back into it because that was like the first night I got it. But But for me, that was weird. That was one thing that was weird. So I don't know if I was like, man, what is up with this? This does not feel right. But
Jason would know about dark games. He plays a ton of Elite Dangerous. So that's going to be the one where it's going to show, because you have super dark with super bright, high contrast stuff in there. That's where you're going to see all those. I mean, it's kind of inevitable. I mean, I guess we kind of know it's there.
Yeah, so he said Elite is the same. He said that's how Elite Dangerous feels to the Index. Sure. And you probably haven't been in Elite Dangerous yet on the Index.
No, I haven't.
That's not a game that I ever played a whole lot of. I played a little bit of it. But
I played some night racing in Project Cars too, and it didn't. I mean, I didn't notice any difference. It looked really good, really crisp. I don't know.
So did you notice that it was at a little bit better field of view? Did you notice a little bit more sense of speed?
I don't think it's that much. I don't think
the
it's
problem
enough
is with
to
the Index is
notice
the
that much.
horizontal field of view. The horizontal field of view is what makes the difference for speed.
Right.
And it's not that
Correct.
It's not that huge over anything else yet.
Right.
I mean, it is bigger, but
I
it's
did
not
notice
like
being able to look up and down without moving my head as much. I know Anton, we talked about that with him a little, and I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely to me seems clear. The clarity is really good. Like, you can, instead of having to look with your head everywhere, you can look with your eyes
Yep,
pretty
you
much
can.
anywhere on the screen.
And I feel like with shooters too, like where before, like on a CV1, you had to like look left to right to check doors because it wasn't even in your view.
right.
Excuse me. But now I feel like I could see two, like almost 45-degree angle, no problem, and cover two places at
Yeah,
once,
it's
which is
definitely
kind
a
of
little
nice.
bit of an increase for sure.
Yeah, it
I mean,
definitely
it
is.
definitely. And if you go back to CV1 or Rift
Right.
S, and to me, I think Rift S, I don't know why, but feels a little bit smaller than CV1. The horizontal field of view to me
Right.
feels a little bit tighter than the CV1. I'm not sure why that is, but
Yeah.
so I don't know. I mean, you definitely tell a difference when you go back. You're like, whoa, this feels, because even playing the quest, like I played, what did I play? Oh, so I did Richie's Plank Experience, and I need to do some kind of video because my nephew had a birthday party, and I took Richie's Plank Experience on the quest, and we set up a 2x6, which it's really easy to do. You can take the markers and then you can make the in-game 2x6 the exact same length as your real one. Cool. Oh, it was hilarious. Some of these kids. So my mom was freaking. I mean, she was screaming, and I had to hold her arm, and she was like frozen, like couldn't move. Like it was hilarious. I was cracking up. But my like 5-year-old nephew, no big deal.
Right.
Put that thing on, walked right across, and like everybody's like, I don't know if he should do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like. And it was like nothing. He got on it. My mom's freaking out, and he got on that board and just walked. He was like, "Oh, that was cool."
Kids don't have fear. Like, they don't have fear.
I didn't let him walk off. Like a lot of the people, I let them walk off the board.
Oh yeah, to jump off.
I didn't let him do that because I felt like that would be a little bit too intense. But
yeah, and maybe teach them bad things that's possible in the real world.
Yeah. So I held his hand too, but I mean, I held his hand because I didn't know. So I held his hand, and he walked all the way to the end of the board, turned around, and walked all the way back. No big deal. I mean, I held his hand the whole way, but it was like it didn't even faze him. He was like, "Oh, that was cool." You know what I mean? Like,
that's
and
nuts.
so my nephew, whose birthday it was, I think he just turned 14. So he had two of his friends over there too, and they have never done VR before.
Oh,
and
that's so much fun.
They had a hard time with it too. They were like, I mean, it's pretty intense. It's a good time.
Oh yeah.
So
I had somebody try it last weekend at my house too. And he was going so hard with it. And he's wanted to try VR for a long time. Never knew anybody with it. So I told him, hey, stop over, check it out and stuff. And he was playing, I can't think what it was. It might have been a shooter. It might have been, he was trying anything he could. And he actually fell completely over. And he actually fell back, luckily, into this chair that's right behind me here.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily. I mean, he bit it and landed right in the chair, luckily. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like people just, he was playing Super Hot. That's what it was.
Oh, that game is.
Oh man, I know.
I had one of my buddies almost went through my TV stand one night. It was the night before my wedding. You were there.
Yeah.
He was and I mean, you just lose all. I mean, all you're worried about is what's going on in that game, and you're moving all around. And that game, that's another game that's great on the Quest because
it's so good. Yeah, I actually bought that. I mean, I've played it so many times, but I actually bought it on the Quest to replay it without wires, and I played through it from front to back. I think I did it in it didn't take long. I forget I told you. I think I died 4 times the first time I played. I'm like, I miss playing this. Like, it's just so much fun. You can't stop. Like, you just want to keep playing it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Another one that is coming out is I think it might be out now. Ninja Legend. So it
is.
Yeah,
I think the demo or beta's out to everybody now or something.
Beta.
Yeah, it's a beta.
So I was talking to him a little bit, and he was I told him we would mention that on the show that is available now to anybody that wants to try that. So, and it's a pretty fun game, and I think that one he is trying to get to Quest as well. And I know it's on Steam. I'm not sure if it's on Oculus, but we might try to do an interview with that developer, get him on the show, or maybe do something special with that, maybe try to give away some codes and stuff like that. So, but we didn't have enough time. We ddidn't know for sure if this show was even going to happen for sure. This
we couldn't really schedule.
We didn't want to schedule anything like that or anything, but you can definitely check that out. And we did do a video on that when it was pretty early beta. And it was a good time. I definitely think that is another one that's going to shine on the Quest because you turn around a lot. There's enemies coming from a lot of different directions, and it was fun. I mean, it was definitely swords. It's kind of like a Fruit Ninja style game with enemies coming at you. You know what I mean? So you're
from all directions, and
there's a bunch of different weapons and stuff in the game. So it is really cool.
It's like the 360 Beat Saber kind of like all around, like coming from everywhere, and that would be really cool. Yeah, so I never got to play that.
Head out, had to get some dinner. So
nice.
Saying.
Yeah, it's weird for us to be on here late. It's super different.
I know, it's really weird.
It was so hard. All my lighting stuff was set up for mornings. And then 5 minutes before the show, it was like the sun was coming straight in the window. I'm like, crap. So I like that's why like right now my exposure and stuff is all off and everything. So
Well, I
I do
don't even
apologize. It
have
drives
really
me crazy.
I literally unpacked some LEDs and stuff to throw on the floor.
Isn't it crazy?
I got a lamp over here. Like I just threw up some lights to try to make it do something where you
I didn't
even
think it was gonna happen. At like 5:30, I'm texting him like when are we doing this? What time are we doing this? Should I be making a thumbnail?
I was still out mowing the yard.
I know. Yeah,
like,
probably
what are you
was.
gonna do this for sure? And I was like, I don't know, maybe 7:30. Like I don't know. Like yeah, so it's pretty intense. But we had a lot of help from friends and stuff yesterday, helping unpack and paint and everything. So luckily we've gotten a lot done so far this weekend. But I'm hoping to have this room a whole lot more set up by Saturday for our next show. So
sure, yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about Saturday too. I'm supposed to go to a car show.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I know, it's horrible. It's a big one.
This is a weekend show. Hopefully we can do it every weekend, even if it's not Saturday morning. But we'll figure that out. And if you follow us on the Discord, we'll definitely let you know on there too. Yeah. Once we have an idea, hopefully what's going on.
Yeah, we post all our stuff on our Discord, and actually everything in between the week and stuff we throw up on there. So.
Yeah, and we always have our Discord link in the video description. So it's definitely. It's a fun community to be a part of.
Speaking of links in the description, I heard somebody got their socks maybe today. The rendered reality socks.
Yep. So there are
I'm curious to see some pictures of that stuff.
I haven't seen any pictures yet.
That's funny.
I told him to post it on the Discord, but he doesn't really know.
Hilarious.
That very well.
That would be funny. Yeah. I'm curious.
So we'll see if we can get those on there.
Maybe, I was working on some black stuff too to put up on there, so I need to get back on that too. If anybody wants something, let us know, man. I'm always up for making something. So
yeah, if you got some good ideas and stuff.
No, yeah, we can always figure something out.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. Was there anything? Let's see. Index. Oh, you know what I found was real. Okay, so this was really cool, and I could probably even turn it on right now. I'm not gonna try, but so you can actually use the cameras, the pass-through cameras on the Index in a Skype call. They actually show up as a video input, like a webcam.
Huh, really?
As a source. Kind of a cool little thing I figured out. But I forget how I figured it out. I think I was running through settings and stuff on this. Anthony from VR365, he wanted me to come on Friday night when we were doing our game night and stuff. And I said, look, if I get done early, I said, I can pop in maybe halfway through your show or something. And he actually waved it off and said, let's do Monday. So actually, that'll be tomorrow.
So you're going on there tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Awesome.
And I ended up going through the settings in Skype because I was trying to reset it up because I had my camera I was using for stuff. And it popped up. And I'm like, it said like something, valve something. And I'm like, what is this? So I selected it. And both cameras come up as like a 16:9, how it has the... what's it called? With the both lenses, the round, why can't I think of it? Killing me, whatever. But the format that those are in,
right?
Gosh, stereoscopic.
Yeah,
is what it showed up as. And
so it actually showed two pictures.
It shows, in one. Yeah, it shows one image, but it shows both lenses.
Really?
Pretty cool. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Exactly, right? I know. If you do some fun stuff with that, maybe so. Yeah, or even do recordings through it and stuff. So like race sims and stuff, I thought that would be super cool for if you could actually record through those, so you could see your first person.
Because I actually did. Because
with a GoPro.
On a dirt rally video, I actually had a GoPro on my chest.
That was my thought.
That's interesting.
It'd be pretty cool, right?
Yeah. That's awesome.
I know. Probably shouldn't have shared that, but it's pretty cool.
Have you done the pass-through? Have you done any pass-through?
I have not.
The Index? I haven't yet either. I haven't had enough time. I really only got to play it a couple hours so far.
I'm just really glad that they opened that up, though.
Yeah.
And didn't lock that down.
Usually open a lot of that stuff up. But
pretty cool.
And I'm interested to see, if they're going to open any of that up to developers. I know they are.
Right.
But what developers are going to do with any of that kind of stuff, pass-through or anything, hopefully. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I know. It's cool, though. But a lot of people were doing stuff with pass-through, with trial stuff. Now, the one that I really want to see is the guy who was making the game, the flight sim, where he actually was inputting all the control sticks into the game, and you would locate them in the spot. He even posted something on his Discord here a couple of days back that if you have a flight stick or anything you want implemented, put up either a name or a picture or what it is, and he will put it in the game. So that's really cool. So if you are into flight sims, definitely look it up. I can't think of the name right now.
I can't think of it. We showed a video on it a while back.
We did. It's in one of our, probably from a month and a half ago or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be really cool. And I think stuff like that. Yeah, we had the video of him with the fan, with the switch and flipped it on and stuff.
So, I mean,
in
you
VR,
actually
it showed stuff.
Switch. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
it was really cool. We'll have to play that video again or see if maybe there's some newer updates from that game. But
yeah,
so Jason asked if you guys are still playing Standout, and we haven't played Standout in a while, but we still definitely like Standout.
Yeah,
I like Standout.
I haven't. I'm curious to know what.
Actually, I did try to go. I did try to go in Standout in the index, and I couldn't get it to move. I couldn't get the character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So
now see, that's where I started using Revive. See, there was stuff like that, and then all I did was use Revive, and it worked. So that's kind of a good workaround.
But I tried to just load it up in Steam, and like I went into the holding area, the waiting area, and I couldn't move. Huh. So I only tried it for like a second. I didn't try to mess with any of the controls. I was like, all right, let me try something else. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Just trying to see how many people have actually. I feel like Standout. Yeah, there we go. So
yeah, it's definitely not very high.
Yeah, 14 people
14
now.
on right now, max
average,
of 30.
Yeah, average is 17. So.
And that's what, last 24 hours, I think.
Yeah, last 24. Yeah. So not, I mean, a ton. It's still a good game though. I mean, the bots in there are still really good. So.
Yeah, you get a lot of bots that fill in. So I mean, it's not like it's an empty game when you go in or anything. Right. You still got bots to shoot, and the bots sometimes I can't tell the difference between a bot. Like when I'm, somebody off the distance shooting at me, I can't always tell if it's a bot or if it's an actual person. Sometimes. I agree. So. Man, hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. 242 people playing right now. Yeah, that's crazy. Incredible. That's awesome. I actually haven't got to try the new update yet. Yeah, it's just been too crazy busy. I got to get in there and try Meat Fortress. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I got to try that. Yeah. That's crazy though. I mean, single player game's been out for how long? And it's still number 5 on VRLFG. That's crazy. Yeah, that's really good. I know. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. Once we get our gun stocks. Definitely playing some contractors. We definitely need to. We'll do another play, like a game night or something like that. Yeah. We'll, like you did, we'll play some contractors, some other stuff too. But I think we need to do just a one game night though, instead of trying to jump around. Maybe 2 at different games. But just stick to one game instead of trying to do too many, because I felt like all I did was jump around and trying to create rooms and stuff. And it's hard to get the bad thing with VR, and then we all know, is that time goes by so fast. So if you're playing one game for an hour, it felt like you played it for 5 minutes, and you're already ready to switch to a different game. So that is tough. It is. But yeah, and then all the setup in between and stuff, and it's just kind of tough. Yeah. It was a lot of fun, but then it's like you get into playing one thing and you don't want to leave then. So like we were in Poker Stars, and I'm like, I just do not want to stop. We were having too much fun. So. Once you get in the groove of a certain game, you don't always want to switch. That's for sure. And that's the other hard thing. So for like us to play contractors with people, everybody has to buy that, or if they have it already, they can't. So and not everybody has CVR headsets. No, exactly. Too. So with like Poker Stars and Rec Room, anybody can play that. They're both free. It's free. Exactly. It's on fpsVR. It's on Quest. You know what I mean? So so that was a lot of fun for that. Yeah. We do need to do definitely another Poker Stars. It's just fun to hang out, because I mean that kind of game, you literally feel like you're all just in there hanging out together. It's just a good time. And now once we since we hit 1,000 subs, we can actually shoot stuff out on YouTube. So maybe if we do a night, we can actually send some stuff out. If you guys keep an eye out for that, maybe we'll do an impromptu game night or something sometime too. But yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. But we're definitely gonna do some more game nights, because I totally missed out on that, and I was pretty bummed about that. It was pretty funny. My favorite part was when Greg's VR came in. Greg had all kinds of jewelry on. It was incredible. I was losing it. It was amazing. That's so cool. It was so funny. We were like trying to take pictures in there and stuff. I didn't get any pictures. I think gaming science teacher, she found the selfie stick and was taking pictures. Yeah. So if she hears this at some point, I know. If she does hear this, I would love to have some of those. Those were probably funny. She needs to put them on the Discord for sure. I don't know if she did. I don't think I've seen those. And I got to watch that Greg's VR video too. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh man, all his stuff he had too. And he's a pro. I mean, he plays not a pro, but he plays a lot. He plays a lot of Project Cars too. He plays some contractors. He plays a lot of Poker Stars. Well, he started in Poker Stars like we did. He said he had no clue. He wasn't like a poker player, gambler. No, I'm not at all. I'm still trying to learn how to play some poker. Exactly. So it's, it's a learning curve, but even like the double tap, like I guess like that's like a commonly used thing, like on the table, like when you want to, what's it called? I don't even know. I don't know all the lingo. Yeah, I know. I forget too. I know.
We check or whatever. Yeah, I think it's called check, right?
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, but it's
showing our amateur our amateur poker abilities.
I know. It is fun though. It's a lot of, but it's a free game. Like you can't beat that. So it's hard. Like I want to play Contractors with everybody because it's so good, works so good on everything. But don't want people to have to go buy something just to hang out. So that's not cool.
Yeah, so
I get it.
But we'll mix it up. But we are going to do that for sure some more. We'll let you know we got a weekend where we both know we're going to be free and we can Friday night, Saturday night, something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I guess it's probably a little better later because of different time zones, I suppose, since we're on the East Coast and we're a little
harder. I look at a lot of the people who like participate and stuff and are in chat and then watch our videos, after the fact. In the time zones are so spread out, it's so hard. So if you guys do want to, maybe we can put up, can't we do polls of like times?
Maybe we can do polls now.
We could see what times you guys actually want to or would want to play, maybe, because that would definitely help us. We can try and schedule stuff around that, maybe on a weekend or whenever.
For sure, weekends are usually the best. But
if we want to try and hit it in the morning so it's late somewhere else. Like I think Lethal is in Australia. Greg's VR is in UK. Yeah, so I mean, it's so hard. Right. Everyone's just all over the place.
I don't know if Gaming Science Teacher is. I think she's US, but I don't know if she's East or West Coast. I don't know, but
I forget. I think she said not. We were kind of all talking about it when we were playing, like where's everybody from and everything. So
Right.
So
Jason just said when I push up the next D2N patch, we all need to jump in. It's a very social experience. He said I'll pass out keys. I just got 20 alpha keys, so that is awesome.
Yeah,
he said
awesome.
D2 shines in a social experience. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I know you got that a little bit, and I haven't been into it yet.
It was cool. I had a really cool experience in there because I kind of went in not knowing how big they had built the map at that point. I thought it was just a one area, very early build, and I expected that. And at one point, I got way over to another end of this little town that there was set up. And I could see something in the distance. I could see lights, and I just started walking towards it. And it was a whole nother setup. And I looked down, there was a city down there and stuff. And I'm like, holy crap! Way bigger than I thought I was, getting into. So that was really cool.
For sure. And I think he was adding index controller support too. I think he said something about it the other night. We were going to try to go in there, but it wasn't all the way finished yet.
Sure.
So.
Yep.
I think that will have index support. And Airman929565 said, I don't want to shoot you guys too much in Contractors.
Oh, sure.
We've played with him before. We have played with him before in Contractors.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while. But...
Oh, man. I was doing work the other night. It was bad. 28s and 3s and 28 and 1 or something like that. It was something ridiculous.
Took me a while to start getting some decent kills in Contractors because of not having the gun stock in the index.
Right.
But it started coming around. but I was struggling a little bit at first.
Yeah, I can't wait till I get a gun stock now too.
Oh, me too.
It's gonna be dangerous.
I know. Check the tracking on that and see when that's supposed to show up.
I mean, just the visuals, because you can see so much farther in shooters with the index. Oh man, it's not even fair. I don't think it really isn't. But,
so awesome.
I guess that's what we get for our extra $600, right? Is that extra kill?
That one extra kill for $600, pretty much.
Horrible. I know. Hey, you gotta justify it somehow, right?
Yeah, no doubt. And the sound might
is
not be worth $600, but it's worth a little bit of money.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you have to pay, say Oculus comes out with headsets and they're $150 or something, whatever they're $100, let's call them. What were the earbuds that they had? How much were those?
Yeah. I don't remember. I'm not an earbud guy, so I never really looked into those much.
I know somebody was saying something on chat about that too. But earbuds and did they? Oh, okay.
Or something. Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I just don't really like earbuds that much. So
I don't know. They ended up they hurt and stuff. And
so talking about Oculus, what do you think we're gonna see this Oculus Connect 6?
Man,
I'm really looking forward to it because I really don't know. I think we're going to see a lot of AR. I think they're going to start getting into AR. They're going to show off a little bit of AR. And I'm really hoping they show off some next level stuff like they did with the Half Dome. I hope we see some more of that. And, with the way that, Valve, the Index came out and, we kind of know about the Cosmos. So at this point, we pretty much know what everybody else has lined up right now. You know, so it'd be really nice to see them really push the envelope.
But there's going to be no push.
Well, they said their whole first generation of VR is done. So their first generation of VR was, the Rift, the Quest, the Go.
Yep.
So they're going to have to start rolling out, or at least talking about what the next, generation of this VR is going to be. So,
Unless it's just game talk,
but Oculus
accessories. I
Connect
mean,
usually isn't much game stuff though. I
I
don't
know.
feel. I mean, it is. I guess they talk about some stuff, but I don't feel like that's when they really release the big name games. And we also
Right.
got what
True.
was it? They just signed that deal supposedly with what
When they were
games were those? Now
buying
I
the
can't remember.
studios and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm
we
trying to
could
think too.
maybe some of that stuff we're gonna see for Oculus Connect 6.
Probably, unless they have something up there. No, they don't. They don't have anything up their sleeves. Come on, let's be serious.
Uh, I bet they got something, but I don't
Yeah,
know
but
what.
they're
I
too
mean,
slow on
it's,
stuff, man.
I always get my hopes way up, and
I
then it's
know.
like, you
It's
know what
like
I mean?
half of
It's
what
like,
we hope, not even.
so I don't know. I'll be interested to see. I'm still, I mean, I get excited about every E3 now. Well, I mean, E3 not normally, but this year I was really excited for E3. You know,
Right.
all the big shows. You know,
Which
GDC.
was
I get
good.
excited for all that because I always get my hopes up. Like, what kind of game are we gonna get? What kind of hardware stuff are they gonna talk about? Like,
I
not
know.
just them. I just mean in general. But
Sure. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, and it just pushes other companies to improve and do more new things. And when you have that competition, that's always good. No, Jason said No Man's Sky. Ooh, yeah.
so they signed deals for Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell VR games. That's what it was. So they
Oh, I actually
signed.
didn't hear that for Splinter
Yes,
Cell. Really?
yeah, Splinter Cell and Assassin's Creed. Like, how good was that?
I
Would
heard
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed
Creed, but I
be?
did not know Splinter Cell.
Yeah, yeah, and
Huh.
there's a lot of Splinter Cell fans too.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
that's yeah, that's big. I mean,
yeah.
that's
So
yeah,
hopefully that
that'd be
comes to
awesome.
fruition. So
That game is
yeah,
made for VR. Oh man, be so
yep.
good.
So maybe we'll hear some of that kind of stuff. I don't know for sure, but I mean, I think that's in September, so it's not all that far. I mean, time flies by so fast.
Right.
Anyway, it's not that far away. So
Well,
we'll
I
find
mean,
out
they're gonna play up all the Stormland stuff, and they're gonna play up,
because
all
it's
the
probably
stuff
not
that.
released until December. But
Right.
I'm sure they'll talk about some kind of hardware stuff. I'm sure we'll probably see a little bit more because I'm sure they're still working on Half Dome stuff. I'm sure they're still working on all that tech. They're messing with it. I'm sure they're working on eye tracking. I mean,
I don't
they're.
know.
I mean, I think
hope.
we're going to see a lot of the face tracking. A lot of stuff that we've seen already from them. I think we're going to
Sure.
see some more refined. With the face tracking and the full body tracking. I think we're going to see some stuff with that. And I don't know. That's what I kind of expect to
Maybe they'll
see.
open up the CV1 sensors. That would be cool.
Hey, I'm fine with that. I
Man,
mean,
that
I'm
would
fine.
be awesome.
I mean, even though that big patch they did, has improved a lot, I
Sure.
still think it'd be great to just go ahead and let the old sensors,
Yep.
work with the Rift S. I'm fine with that.
Don't
So,
know. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it could. I mean, well,
I'm sure it's possible. It's definitely possible. I just don't think
yeah.
they want to open it up really, and I don't know that they
Right.
will, but I don't know. I just don't think they want to complicate the process any. They don't want, new people saying, well, I need to get
Yeah,
sensors
true.
or this sensor isn't working or I
Yeah.
don't think, I think that's why they don't want to do it.
Or I don't have enough USB ports. I can't even buy one if I wanted to. Or I don't know. I get
It's
it.
just complicated for them, and I don't think they want to mess with it. But
It does. Yeah, and setup and everything. And if your port doesn't handle it and speed and I know it's not USB 3 or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. It's too bad, but
I'm really hoping No Man's Sky comes soon, though. That's
I
gonna
do
be.
too. Yeah,
That's
that'll be.
it's gonna be a game you get lost in for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a lot of time in that. I have a feeling. I'm sure
Hopefully.
Jason is too, coming from Elite Dangerous. I bet.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's definitely a great. I mean, it's not a crossover. It's kind
Yeah.
of in the same terms, but I feel like that game would play so much better in VR than Elite Dangerous, just because you're not strapped in the chair in Elite Dangerous solely. And I mean,
Yeah.
I know you're not strapped completely in Elite Dangerous. I know you can get out and do things and stuff and get in the rover and all that deal, but I not like No Man's Sky. And then
No Man's Sky. I like Elite Dangerous, but it's not like a lot of people love Elite Dangerous. It's not really my go-to game or anything, but I
right.
definitely think No Man's Sky is gonna be one of
Oh
my
yeah.
go-to games once that comes out. I think for a lot of people,
Yep. And it's not going to be as dark either. It's a lot brighter game. It doesn't
Yeah.
run as like pitch black dark as Elite Dangerous. It looks
Oh
like.
yeah, the
So.
colors in that game look like they're gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so that should
Yeah.
really help too with like the index and headsets in general. But yeah.
Yeah, so
we'll
VR
see.
Meng said maybe it won't be hardware. Maybe they'll release a social VR experience that
Yeah.
we were talking about the other night, and I think that
I
think
know.
that
We've
we'll
talked
see
about
some of
that.
that.
I know.
I really think that Facebook and all the stuff with the VR stuff with the face tracking. Like if you watch that face tracking video they did with the guy and the girl that was talking back and forth,
Right.
I think they're going to go to like some sort of dating apps, social apps. Like I think that's going to be their push, and nobody else is really doing that. And
Right.
I mean, the recreation they did of those people's faces was pretty incredible. I mean, it looked pretty amazing. So that's going to make
True.
I mean, when you're hanging out with people in VR, you already feel like you're more connected and more with them. Like when we play games together and stuff and with other people, you feel like you're hanging out with those people
Absolutely.
a lot more than you would on a flat game.
Yep.
So once you get that full, like if we were playing a game and I didn't see just your avatar, your game avatar, like if we were playing a game together, we were playing Contractors, and I look over and I see you and I see your face, and when you
Well,
talk to
true.
me, your face moves. Like how much more would we feel like we're playing?
Yeah,
Like we're together.
you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would be insane. And even now, like playing games, Dead and Buried on the Quest. You know, part of the
Right.
problem is those avatars change and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like, and there's more than one that look the same. So it's like, wait a minute, is that you? Or you know what I mean? So, but if
I
I
could
saw
see it,
you
yeah.
in the game, like that would, I mean, I don't even care about as much as like some of just the social stuff, just that fact of in-game stuff like that, even Project Cars. If I
Right.
fly by
Yeah.
you, I look in your window and it's you sitting in that car.
I'd have a helmet
Like
on.
that's what you don't. Whatever, take the helmet off again. But you know what I mean. Like, I mean, it would
Right.
that
I
would
know,
take
I
it to a
know,
whole
I get it.
level, I think it really would.
I agree.
Like,
Yep.
I mean, who wears
I
a
know.
helmet? That's
What?
silly.
Come on. I know I do. That's sketch, man.
But I mean, it really would. I haven't really thought about it that much in that aspect. Like when I saw those videos
Right.
from Facebook, I was like,
oh, it's
that's
cool,
pretty.
but
That's
right.
yeah. I was like, that's impressive. Like the fact that they can do that is impressive.
Right.
But now the more I think about it, I'm like, in game, that would be awesome. Like that would be really cool, especially when the people like me and you that have close
far
friends
away.
that meet each other, you know, and we're far
Sure.
away, so we don't get to see
Right.
each other that much in person. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, it's not as big of a deal probably as for people that don't play with anybody that they know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm sure it's still going to be the fact of people, you know, people don't want that. Like a lot of people won't want their real person in the game. You know, they're gonna want a
But
fake
you don't
avatar.
have to. I mean, you could
Right.
make it probably an avatar, you know.
Yeah. I
Wouldn't
mean,
have
like
to.
the Ready Player One movie. You know what I mean? Like that's probably what it's eventually
Yeah.
gonna be.
Right,
But
sure.
I think the option to, you know what I mean? I think that's pretty cool.
It's going to be there. And then you have real memories too with somebody that you may know
Yeah.
or not know, you know.
I mean, I have
It
real
is.
memories with you, like in games like Arizona
Sure.
Sunshine and stuff like that. And
Yep. I don't remember
what-
your face though. I remember just
Right,
being
I mean, like, how would
Right.
that change it? You know what I mean? Would that
Right.
intensify that memory that much more? Like,
You know it would.
Because I already feel like I was there with you in those places.
right.
But that
But we
would,
know each other.
yeah.
you
But I
know.
feel like that would intensify that memory that much more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
it
it's
would.
going to track your face. So, like in those Arizona Sunshine, when you're going in those tunnels, you know, whatever, like you have fear or whatever, like
Yep.
there's worry on your face. Like if it shows that, you know,
I
what
mean, when you
That's-
took the only flashlight in Arizona
Exactly.
Sunshine and I was stuck with nothing.
you had a glow, I left you a glow stick.
Yeah,
okay?
great.
I mean, what more could you want? You had a glow stick. I had
Something
the
to clean my
flashlight.
pants out with, maybe. Oh my gosh. That was horrible,
And this
man.
was like in our first days of VR too. Like that
Yeah.
was like one of the first, I mean, it probably wasn't the first game, obviously not the first game, but
No.
it was one of the early games that we really got into.
Co-op.
Like
Early
Yeah,
co-op.
yeah.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
it was even more intense than what it would be now, for sure.
Yeah, oh my
But
gosh.
yeah.
That's incredible though. Yeah, but you remember that. And I remember doing that with you. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I get it. I do. I
yeah,
just
so-
don't know if it's going to be there yet. Yeah, I think they need to get on the
videos.
bandwagon, but
It really is impressive what they've done already, and I'm sure they haven't showed us everything, but
yeah, but to get it to the masses though is what I'm saying. Like I get
I mean-
everything's in concept, but
so if Quest 2, you know, is a $400 headset that has built-in face tracking and
Sure.
has, you know, higher resolution, you know, a better, you know, chip and all that. I mean, it's
Sure.
possible.
I know,
You know, 2021 or something like that.
right?
I mean, it's definitely possible. I think they can do it.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, I'm sure they can. It's just will they?
If
But
they
see,
will,
that's
I
my
don't-
fear with all the guys leaving Oculus. What's going on? Why, what is the real cause of that? Because that's what's scary. So like I
Because
just feel like they're dragging their
that's
feet too much and they don't agree, and they're
think
holding
just
on to
think-
stuff. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I mean. When you're dealing with a bigger parent company, I feel like maybe there's too much overhead and they're not letting the technology grow at its natural pace.
I
And
think
that
that
that's where their
a lot
limit
of
is.
the core people had visions of the direction they wanted it to go. And then Facebook was like, no, we're going to do this. You know what I
Right.
mean? I think that was a lot of it. And, you know,
yeah.
yeah. It's hard to say what
But-
goes on the inside.
But then at like the same time, they show these early like stuff of Zuckerberg with like full finger tracking. That was like 3 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where is all that now? Did it get dropped? They, show all that and then they go, yeah, forget about it. Like they're not doing it,
I don't
or
know.
is it
I
in the
think they have
works,
so
or
much money that they're still testing and playing with all kinds of things. So I'm
right?
sure, I don't know, and
It's
I'm sure
tough.
they're going to get involved in AR too. I mean, it's coming. It's going to be, they're going to have a big push for that too. So
Right.
everybody wants to be the Google and the
Right.
Apple
The
of
shareholder, the big
VR
shareholder of
and
people. Yeah.
AR.
Sure.
So who knows what we're going to see, but.
Yeah.
I'm
Man,
excited
it's tough.
about the face tracking. I wasn't really until tonight until we started talking about that, and
Yeah,
I
it
thought
is.
about it.
No, it's definitely real. I mean, it would be cool. I
Yeah,
mean, it's no different than Knuckles. Because what does it really do for us right now? Knuckles controllers. They don't do anything for us at the moment. But just the actual like to look at your hands and be able to move every one of your fingers inside VR like you are just gives you that more
it's just
realism.
another step. It's just
Yep.
another step to the more
Yep.
realism. You know what I
And
mean? You
just
got
keep
the
adding them
finger
on.
tracking, you got
Yep.
the face tracking, the realistic avatars,
Yep.
body tracking. You know what I
Eye
mean? Like,
tracking. Like if we get
yeah,
eye tracking, oh
eye
my gosh.
movement, eye tracking, like all
Foveated
that. So,
rendering. Yeah, I
yep,
know.
yep.
Yep, it's coming. It's just I know it's one step at a time, but it's hard because you see all these companies and like one company starts doing this one and another one pushes towards this one and they're not all combined yet. So you get these taste of little things.
Yeah,
I mean even like Cosmos working off an 855, not something I really care to entertain,
right.
but it's just one more thing that's now possible, and they just keep
Yeah,
they're all
it's
trying
definitely going
something.
forward. It's definitely
Right.
going forward. That's for sure. So,
Yep. Yeah,
Jason said, "Come on, man, you had a glow stick."
that glow stick, man. You don't know how much light a glow stick puts off in a cave
Oh man, yeah, that was
with
awesome.
zombies. No,
Good times.
no.
We need to go back into that.
I know it is fun. No, we're going into D2N.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely
Great.
looking forward to that. That's
I
gonna be
know.
fun.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
really glad they have like all the multiplayer stuff working. That was what I'm really excited for. I feel like those stuff like that, like we were talking about with AZ, that like you just experience those things with people and it just changes it. Like when
Yep.
I'm screaming for help and I need you to come over, or whoever. It is super cool.
For sure. We should probably wrap this up
I see you
pretty
reading.
soon, and we've already been going almost 2 hours. And I was like, I didn't even feel prepared. I was like, man, this is gonna be a short show tonight because I haven't been keeping up on anything.
I
So we
know.
can pretty much have nothing to talk about and ramble for 2
I
hours.
know.
That's
I need to get back. Anthony was saying something like literally as we were going live, like, am I still good for tomorrow and stuff? So if he's
Yeah.
watching, yes, I'm still good for tomorrow.
What do you know? What time you guys are going on tomorrow? I'm curious.
I don't. I'll have to double check.
I'm sure in the evening because I mean he's West Coast, we're East Coast, so it's probably
Yeah.
gonna be later for me. But
Yep.
looking forward to watching the show. So,
Yep.
and I've actually not even been. I haven't even been watching his show the last couple of days. I just haven't had any time. But I'm actually off of work tomorrow. I go back to work Tuesday, so I'll have plenty of. Although my drive is much shorter to work now, so that's going to impact some things too. I usually listen to a lot of the shows on my way to and from work, which my drive time is cut in half pretty much now. So
Right.
so that'll affect that too.
Just
But
gotta get some earbuds, man. Listen to them at work. That's what
I do
mean.
do
That's
that
what I
too.
do.
I do that sometimes too. So
Yep. That's what I do. I
Yeah.
listen to them all like during work, which I like. Gets
yeah,
me through
that's
the
what
day.
I do a lot of times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know.
pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the show tomorrow though for sure.
I know. It's sad to get off, man. We are so pumped after our 1,000 giveaway, which I don't know if we should take that video down or not yet. I know we talked about taking it down or leaving it up. I don't
We
know.
kind of just left it up for. We were just wanting to do the live stream and like, oh, we'll leave it up for a little while, and then we just kind of left it up there. So
It was so. I still,
kind of
looking back though, can you really believe that we hit 1,000 subs live on the show?
Like, I know that was awesome.
I don't know if people were like holding
show
out.
With like 990 or something like that. I don't remember.
We were 3 away, I think, when the show started, or 5 away,
awesome.
or something. And it was like,
So we definitely appreciated all that support and appreciated people spreading the word, and a lot of people were
yeah. And then I felt bad too because like I felt like we bailed on people. Like we got to that 1,000. I didn't want to think we bailed, but we literally neither of us had internet one weekend, and now we didn't this weekend. So felt horrible about that. We even talked about doing stuff from our phones and stuff. We were like throwing all kinds of ideas out there.
But we made it for this weekend. We weren't on Saturday. We were on Sunday evening a little later than usual. And somebody mentioned earlier about VR Roundtable because they're usually on Sundays and they are taking a break for a little while. So they're gonna
Yep.
They will. I think they said that we'll be back for at least one more show, but they don't know exactly what they're going to be doing yet. So
see, maybe they're going to that car show next Saturday too.
yeah, maybe that's what it is. So,
Hey man, I get to park on a golf course on like the 6th hole on top of a mountain. Super cool. No, I'm not doing it. I mean, if I have to, I guess, but this isn't
Awesome.
Project Cars, man. You can't just go rip it.
This isn't GTA in real life.
No, it's not.
Just do whatever you want. Okay.
Be nice. I know. Nope. All right.
Awesome.
I guess we can close it on that. I guess.
I
I
probably
feel
still
bad.
got stuff I got to finish tonight before I get to bed. So
I know. And I've been neglecting chat, and I don't think my phone, it doesn't do it anymore with the new microphone. How about that? No more buzzing.
So if you watched before,
That's better.
Tyler's old microphone, for some reason, if he like had his phone anywhere around the microphone, it would pick up this crazy like interference. It's driving me nuts. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
dude,
crazy. It took us
microphone.
forever to even figure it out too, because the
We
only
didn't know what was doing it.
yeah, because I never pulled it up like right in front of me, you know, before the show until we were on, and I would be like reading the chat and stuff, and I literally would like just feedback, and he's like, "What are you doing after the show?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Like, there was this crazy noise, like what is going on? And then sometimes it was
so
before
wicked.
we were even on the show. Like we would just be talking on here. And I'd be like, "Where's that sound coming from?"
Yeah, and the one time you're like, "What are you doing right now?" It just started, and I'm like, "I'm just on my phone," you know, like
that's what it is.
It's kind of funny, but kind of not. But yeah, yep.
Well,
All right,
appreciate
guys.
everybody being here for sure. We know this is a kind of a random time of day to have the show, so.
I'm definitely going to get that video out too of the Frankenquest this week. I will get that out. I will promise you guys that.
Once I get everything set up and stuff, which at least my PC's up and running, I don't know if I'm going to keep it right here where I'm going to put it yet, but I do want to try to get some kind of video of the Richie's plank experience.
Oh yeah.
That was just hilarious. And the problem, one of the things I ran into was that when I was recording on the headset, when I would take the headset off to put it on somebody else, as soon as somebody would take the headset off and like the screen would go dark, it would stop recording. So, and I know you said yours wasn't doing that. I don't know if that's, I might be able to change a setting where it doesn't go to sleep right away.
Now, are you saying recording or casting?
Both. It did it for both for me. So if I'm recording or casting, when somebody takes the headset off and the screen, you know, the sensor isn't.
Interesting. Yeah, detecting a face and stuff goes on standby.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if there's a setting I can change to where it'll keep the screens on for longer. Or my other thought was in the future, I'll just take a piece of black electrical tape and cover the sensor so I can pass it between people and it'll still
just
record.
Stay on. Yeah, that's
so
true.
we got some cell phone recording of like people's reactions and stuff, but I don't know how much I got actually recorded on the headset. So I'll have to look back through that stuff. I haven't had time yet.
What I was casting to the Chromecast Ultra, and I forget what it was, just the one I went into. I think it was like the Disney Experience thing or something. And I was showing my nephew, and it didn't cut out when I would take it off, put it back on. Yeah, maybe I did it quick enough. Maybe there's like a time in between that. And
speaking of that, I did just get a Chromecast Ultra.
You did
for like $25. I'm looking forward to that because right now the only way I've really had to cast was on my phone. So
there you go.
Looking forward to that because I'll just throw that in the case.
I bet you that will be a deal on Amazon Prime Day tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I bet you. I bet you it will be. Isn't it tomorrow? Wait, 15th?
Tomorrow, the 15th. What's 15th. Tomorrow? The 15th?
No.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Okay.
So tomorrow is Amazon Prime Day. I'm gonna be. Luckily, I'm off. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of stuff around the house, you know, still. But I'll be watching, like, because I think the deals change as the day go on, like time goes on.
Some of the big deals and stuff do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what we're gonna get. So
I know. Yeah, we'll end up buying something probably that we shouldn't. Can't buy another graphics card though, so whatever. Max that out basically.
I got that laptop, that 2070 laptop, and I've barely even got to use that yet. So, but with a bigger desk, you know, I'll be able to do some different things. So
yeah, that would be nice.
Cool.
Why don't you show them the Frankenquest? It's right there behind you, isn't it?
It's right there.
That's all they get. All right, fine. I'll finish the video. That's fine.
My thing doesn't reach here, but
it's so cool though. It really does. It looks just like we were saying that VR Mang did with the headphones, how they just look stock. So does this. Like it looks straight stock. Like it doesn't look like it's modified in the least bit. And I mean, I haven't got to experience it yet. We did it here actually at my house when we were here for our 1000 show, and we got to put it together and stuff. But that was the extent of it. But it looks
These are the 3D printed things that Tyler printed.
Yep.
And they just snap on. I mean, there's like no Velcro. The only Velcro used is the Velcro up front.
Yeah, and I printed you the bracket too for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that little
the adapter bracket.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I know. And it worked good. Like, did it hold up letting people try it and everything?
Oh yeah, I mean, the only thing is they will, like if I forget what I did. I
If you
did
pull
something
out,
and one
maybe?
of them popped off,
Sure.
but they just pop right back on. But I mean,
Sure.
they hold really well. Like I haven't had any issues other than the one time when I can't remember what I
Huh.
did where it popped out and I was like, oh, let's snap it back on. But that was the only time I did it. But
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
mean, it works great. I mean, I absolutely love the Frankenquest.
Yeah, that is cool.
And
And you
it's
got it
almost
cheap
a
too.
must.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
and I don't know if they're still available. They were on eBay
Yep.
from the Microsoft store, so
For
I don't know if they're still up there.
$75, wasn't it?
$74 or
That's
something like
crazy.
that.
Because
So
weren't they 150, I think? At least at
no, they're
first?
$100. I don't know about it first, but right now they're $100 like on
Okay,
Amazon.
sure.
Maybe that's another deal that might be on Amazon. I doubt it,
That's
but
true.
it's possible.
Yeah,
So
true. Yeah, there's all kinds. There'll be all kinds of stuff.
yeah,
I'm sure.
we'll watch.
Let us
Maybe
know
we'll talk in the Discord.
if
Yeah,
you,
if you see
if you guys
video, put
find
in
it,
the
drop
Discord.
it on our Discord because I'll probably be one to pick it up if if we do
For
find
sure.
something cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
So
awesome. But yeah, all right.
awesome. Well, thank you for being here, and we will definitely see you next weekend at some point in time.
We
Check
will.
the Discord. Keep you up to date at what time we'll go live.
Yeah, it
we
could
usually
be a Friday.
usually
It could be a
Saturday
Sunday.
mornings around 10 a.m. Eastern, but
Yep.
we'll see what happens. So
Yep, absolutely. All right, guys. We'll let you go. We'll catch you on the next one or see you in VR. Later, guys.